1580 KGAL.
The Oregon School Activities Association welcomes you to this broadcast of an OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. U.S. Bank is proud to celebrate its 27th year of supporting OSAA state championships. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. Now enjoy the greatest sporting event around, a high school state championship.
The following sports broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Eads Broadcasting and News Talk 1580 KGAL. Welcome to the Oregon School Activities Association U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State 5A Boys Football Playoffs. Today's game featuring the Lebanon Warriors is brought to you locally by the Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Power Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Lenco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Les Schwab Tires of Lebanon, Bing's Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Len Benton Tractor, Wilson Motors, and by Canega Tire Factory. Now get ready for Warriors football. With all the action, here are Radio Ray, Rob Allen, and a cast of thousands. Live on 1580 KGAL.
Locally owned and operated, KGAL is proud to be local. And good evening, everybody. I'm Radio Ray. Right next to me here in the press box at Sherwood High School is Rob Allen. Reminder that tomorrow is Veterans Day, and of course there's a big Veterans Day parade, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning in Albany. And I'm thinking of that at the moment because when we first were in the service, the first day we gathered together and we watched a movie, and the first line was, "Where am I? How did I get here?" That crosses my mind tonight. Where am I? And how did we get here? We're not quite sure how we got here. We were turned around on the freeway, up and down the freeway, asking people, begging for money. We finally found our place up here in the booth, and it is a cold, cold evening here at Sherwood. We were last year at Sherwood High School. Did you say 4 years ago? Is that right? 2008. 2008 for a South Albany playoff game against Sherwood. It was at that time that this was a new stadium. It is a beautiful stadium. It is a large complex. Although I think in many ways our stadium is nicer. The field is equivalent. It's artificial turf here with the large numbers and so forth, but we're closer to it at our stadium. I think we have just as many seats. But there is something about the spaciousness of this, if you see it, that gives it a large look like almost a professional stadium. It's a huge place, and it has become a real football school here at Sherwood. 4 years ago when we were here and they defeated South Albany, that was really the start of their emergence, Rob. That was the beginning of this whole run. 2 years ago, they became the state champions, and last year they were intent upon repeating. However, they were derailed in the final game by Mountain View, a team that had defeated Lebanon in the quarterfinals. They are back again this year, intent upon getting another run to the state championship. They are truly, at the moment, and for the last couple of years, one of the best, and frequently the best team in the state. That's what Lebanon is up against tonight, and we know it's going to be one tough task.
Oh, absolutely, Ray. It's great to be here with you up here, and Sherwood has had a lot of success ever since 5A began. I remember the first year when they played West Albany. They played that West Albany team very tough. And if it weren't for a very explosive Corvallis team that came up here and beat Sherwood 34-14, all signs would have pointed to a Sherwood West Albany final in the championship game, but that did not happen. But they finally got, like you said, after that 2008 season, they finally got the championship 2 years ago against Marist in a thrilling double overtime victory. And with Sherwood, I could be wrong on this, Ray, they were penalized 22 times in a state championship game, and still were able to come out with a victory. So very, very rich tradition here.
We're about to get our
high school.
Excuse me, Rob. We're about to get our national anthem. I think we will take our first break of the night, and we'll come back here to Sherwood High School and tell you more about the matchup tonight, a tough one between the Warriors, Lebanon Warriors, and the Sherwood Bowmen on KGAL.
faster and more productive. That's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Lynn Benton Tractor. We're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
Hi, I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. Our focus is local. Local people, local families, and local businesses. We promise we'll always be that bank. Willamette Community Bank, service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back as they finish the national anthem, recorded version here tonight. Maybe that was the band. That might have been the school band. That was one prolonged note at the end.
Yes, it was. I believe it was.
That final note maybe longer than the game we see tonight. Both teams love to run the ball, and Sherwood has had tremendous success in running the ball this year, and they have run up a lot of scores. It's hard to say whether they ever ease up on the gas pedal against teams because they have scored 84 points in one game, 73 in another, 65 in another. You never know the quality of the competition. But you do know that they are darn good. They're currently ranked number 2 in the power rankings by the OSAA, and that's really meaningless. Redmond is number 1. Many people think those will be the 2 teams that eventually may meet for the state championship. But they roll up the points, they roll up the yardage, and this may be a very difficult game to call, Rob. Number 1, because we're in a booth that is not heated, and the window in front of us is frosting over continually because of the cool air in the studio. If we had a little heat, it probably could take care of that. Maybe we could open the window. If we take another break here, maybe we'll do that. Open the window and see how that fares. But it's also going to be tough to call because of the nature of the game that Sherwood runs. They run, for those of you that know your football stuff, it's called the wing T. That means basically a scrum, everybody on the line of scrimmage. I would imagine very seldom may we see a wide receiver. Everyone would be bunched together at the line of scrimmage. Multiple people handle the ball, run the ball. It's going to be very tough to pick up the numbers, tell who's got the ball, etc. It's going to be a tough night for us, but the key thing is it's probably going to be a tough night, very tough night for Lebanon.
Yeah, and the Warriors obviously did run the veer, the triple option, Ray, and they're going to have to. They played a physical game last week against Vans that came out on top. And you hear it all the time about being the most physical team, but you know I've actually watched Sherwood play this year in a game against Wilsonville, and they're all about speed, and everywhere, every position on each side of the field, they have speed, Ray. They have speed at the linebacker position, at the running back. It seems like everybody can run at the same speed, and so it's just going to be a challenge for the Warriors. I think they can be as physical as Sherwood, but can they be as fast? I don't think so, but the challenge is forthcoming here in just a few moments.
They have really had some talent come through here. I don't know whether they can draw from around the Portland area. People can come out to Sherwood to play ball if they choose to do so. But 2 years ago when they won the state championship, I couldn't tell you the young man's name, but they had a running back who was really, really good. Before the season, he went up, I think, to Jesuit in Portland. I could have been wrong, but it was one of the strong Portland schools which won the 6A title. He could have been with Sherwood 2 years ago when they won the championship. They would have.
Talking about Stephen Long.
Stephen Long?
Stephen Long, he went to Lake Oswego.
Lake Oswego? Oh,
yes.
That's close. It's in the same area. It's in the same state.
Yep.
I get credit.
You do.
He could have played here with their championship team 2 years ago, and you can imagine what they would have had. He was a sensational running back. That's all right. The door just opened. Somebody took a look.
We're not going to have nearly the foot traffic that we had last week, though.
I have opened the window tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll see how long we can bear that because it is cold tonight. But we get a better view. However, it's also very difficult. You really can't sit because if you sit, because of the size of the booth at both ends of the window and in between the next booth over, it's tough to see through that wall that is there. and you have to stand, and if we stand, you're going to have to lean down and look out the window, right? So it is just one of those nights. You never know what the conditions may be. It is a good night here, though. It was amazing on the way up, Rob. When we left, it was raining. It was raining till about Weyerhaeuser, and all of a sudden it stopped. You can't hear the snap of the fingers, but like that, and it became dry. Then it started to rain in Salem, and it was really coming down, dark, congested. Everybody slowed down, and all of a sudden it quit again, and it's been dry the rest of the way up. Now, it's cold here, but it's not raining, and I don't think it rained terribly hard this afternoon. Kicking off. It'll be Sherwood kicking to the Warriors. The ball will bounce at the 10-yard line. It'll be picked up at the 13, the 20, and knocked out of bounds, and that'll be Taman Pravatsky, who picked up the ball at about the 13-yard line, returns it about 9, maybe 10 yards, to the 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's a tough call right there, Ray, to have to pick up the ball that quickly because Sherwood the coverage team was coming down awfully quick. That ball was close to going out of bounds, which would have been a penalty, but Taman had to make a split decision. I think it was the right one that time.
Got them a little bit more room from the goal line. You hate to see them that close to the goal line starting their first offensive series. Well, the key thing tonight, you have the feeling that Sherwood is going to put points on the board, and the question is, can Lebanon do the same? Here is the first handoff of the night. I believe it'll be to Taman. Taman is across the 25-yard line, maybe at the 26. I think we'll say 3 on first down, 2nd and 7 for the Warriors. This leaning forward is going to be hard on the back after a while, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
But you can't sit because the chair would be too far back to enable you to really get a view of the field. You need to stand and lean forward here to look out the window. 2nd and 7. C.J. Hargis is the quarterback who took over for the injured Marquez. Wants to throw. Has a man open. He's got the man. Matthew Tracy may score on the first play. The second play. The Warriors lead 6-0. Oh, my. 6-0 for the Warriors. From the 26-yard line, 74 yards, a touchdown pass, and that certainly caught Sherwood by surprise. You can see the whole team. It's like a flock here, a herd moving down in front of us, and they are really shocked. You can see it as they are talking to one another. They didn't expect a pass play. 74 yards and a touchdown from C.J. Hargis to Matthew Tracy, who had the better of the defensive back. He had about 3-4 yards on the defensive back and maintained it in the end zone. They'll go for 2. High snap. Hargis throws in the end zone. May have a man there. He does. Two-point conversion is good. And the Warriors lead at 8-0. Of course, that play from the far side of the field, pick up a number there that comes across as a young man that's at the 10 right now, Rob. Maybe you could see better than I.
Boy, I could not see. I was blocked by another position here.
I could still see him. He's at the 35. That's him jogging at the 35-yard line. He's at the 40. He's disappearing into the crowd. He won't turn this way. It looks like, could it be? It looks like 13. I don't know if it would be Alan Ma. But they, I think it was, I believe that it was Luke Rapay, 43. We'll say Luke Rapay, but the 2-point conversion is good. 8-0 Warriors, a shocking start to this game and one terrific start. And I must say, I'm surprised already.
Oh, what a great start. I mean, go and play action on the second play, Ray, and catch Bowman off guard is a perfect pass, perfect strike, right in stride. The senior Matthew Tracy, what a start for the Warriors.
A 3-yard run for Taman Pravatsky on the first play from scrimmage, and then that pass from C.J. Hargis for the touchdown.
Ray, in that formation, I've seen Tim Farrell lined up behind those linemen, so I think Farrell might have got behind there for that catch.
And the Warriors will kick. It's Fletcher Bellinger on the kick. It's taken at the 25, 30. Look out. He's got room. 40, 45. One man to beat. 50 sidelines. 40. Touchdown. Touchdown Sherwood. Oh, my aching back. That didn't take long at all. The kickoff taken at about the 20-yard line and down the sideline, actually right up the sideline on the right to the far side of the field, the right side of the field, and then heading right to the edge of the sideline all the way down for the end zone and the touchdown. And there was some speed. You talked about the speed. He simply outran the defense. The defense was back, but he ran by all of them by the time they got over to the sideline.
He did that against Wilsonville up there a few weeks ago, about a month ago, Ray. Excellent speed.
8-6, and they'll go for 2. Quarterback under center. Goes back, wants to throw for the 2-point conversion. He's got a man wide open, and he has it for the touchdown. Joseph Balfour to, I believe it's James Brooks. James Brooks with a 2-point catch. Conversion is good. I think we better take a break. 11:03 remaining. 8-8 is the score. It could be a wild and crazy night. We'll come back on KGAL.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed peas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
KGAL.
Well, as Rob just turned to me and said, well, we had a lead for a while tonight until the kickoff. Run back some 80 yards by Christian Morris. I'm not sure how he pronounces its name. It's Christian. Christian Morris, he is their chief running back, and he was fast on that kickoff. When I say he outran everybody, there were people back thinking they had the angle on him, and when he got to the sideline, he simply beat them all. Nobody could get to him as fast as he ran down that sideline. The kickoff to the Warriors will go out of bounds at the 15, so the Warriors will take over here at the 35-yard line, and that's to their benefit. At last, the kickoff just seconds ago stayed inbounds. This time out of bounds, and the Warriors move the ball up to the 35, 1st and 10. 11:03 remaining. Rob, that's 57 seconds into the game, and it's 8-8.
Well, we thought this was going to be a grind-out kind of game, and so far, lots of points on the scoreboard.
You knew that Sherwood could answer quickly, but I never suspected it would be that quickly. Under center. Backs in the eye. Here comes C.J. Hargis on the carry. He'll pick up some good yardage on 1st down from the 35, close to the 1st down. He may have gotten it. Well, the umpire here will see where the placement is. And it looks like they will put it the 1st down at the 46. That would be a 1st and 10. They will move the chains as soon as they're alert on the other side that the Warriors have a 1st down. No, now they're moving it back, Rob. They first set it at the 46. There was one conversation between a couple of referees and officials, and they moved it back to the 44. So instead of 1st down by a yard, it's short of a yard, 2nd and 1. C.J. Hargis is under center. Sherwood almost jumped, but they got back. Here's Provatsky with the 1st down and more. Out to about the 49-yard line, and it will be a 1st and 10 for the Warriors. Well, they moved the ball well on their first play. Provatsky picked up 3 yards. They picked up good yardage on these running plays. Maybe they can stay with Sherwood.
Yeah, I mean, even if they could get 5, 6, 7 yards, Ray, I don't think they're going to get very much to the outside. There's just too much speed. But there might be a play here during this drive where the Warriors try to test that. But most of their success should be up the middle.
C.J. Hargis with a 1st and 10 close to midfield, but still on the Warriors side of the field. Will hand off. And let's see if that is the deep back for the Warriors tonight on the first carry. It's hard to see the numbers. Well, we'll say Taman Provatsky on the carry. We'll give him the credit out to the 50. A pickup of 1. 2nd down and 9 right at midfield. A minute now has gone by because it's 10:03 now, and they've done nothing. Nothing.
What is wrong with them?
Here's Hargis again under center. One receiver left, one right. He wants to throw. Throws out to the left side, and the receiver out there slips. It is very, wouldn't say wet from rain. I don't know how much rain they had up here. As I say, it really dried out by the time we got maybe about 20 miles south of here. The pass was intended for Riley Wessel, close to what would have been the 1st down at the 41, but he slipped. But that field, even with an artificial turf, is wet. There's a tremendous amount of condensation in the air.
Yeah, you can't see some areas in the field where there is a little bit of a glare, Ray, but not very many.
So it's 3rd down and 9. Back to throw is Hargis. Hargis wants to throw out here and throws it up in the air, and I may have thrown it away, not near anyone. Alan Ma was the closest man to it at the 33-yard line. But I think C.J. did the best thing and simply threw it where no one could get it, and it'll be a 4th down and a kicking situation for the Warriors. Tim Farrell will stand at his own 40. So after a good start to this possession, the Warriors will get the ball back to Sherwood, and that may be a danger tonight. As I said, they have rolled up some points. 84 in one game, 73 in another, 65 in another. Here's Tim Farrell, gets the kick away. Good blocking to allow him to kick. Ball is bounced into the hands of the returner at the 15 and out to about the 25.
Late flag comes in, Ray. I think this might go against Sherwood.
And there is a flag down. They didn't catch the number of the returner.
I think it was number 7, Cyrus Mooney.
It's going to be a hold on the return team, so that will assist the Warriors. At least that will make it a little tougher, a little bit longer for Sherwood on their trip to the end zone. 8-8. If you just joined us, yes, there's only a couple of minutes gone in the game. The Warriors scored on their second play from scrimmage. 74-yard touchdown pass from C.J. Hargis, beautifully thrown to Matthew Tracy, who had sprinted down the field and was open perfectly into his arms. He didn't slow down one bit, raced to the end zone for the touchdown. Warriors got the 2-point conversion, and then the kickoff into the hands of Christian Morris, and we'll see more of him tonight. And he ran some 80 yards on the kickoff. Both teams with the 2-point conversions were tied at 8. Here we go. Let's see who gets the ball this time. It's probably Morris, who will try the left tackle and will not get much, as the line of scrimmage was the 15. A good stop by the Warriors there. I don't think there's much of anything on first down, maybe a yard, 2nd and 9. That's encouraging.
Yeah, that was a nice job by the Warrior defensive line there, pushing back the offensive line for the Bowman to allow the backers to come up in the hole and make the stop. Joseph happened all night.
Joseph Balfour is the quarterback. He does have one receiver, but they're not going to use him. Instead, they run up the middle and open with the ball at the 40, the 45, the 50, and down the sidelines. 45. It is Keegan Lawrence at the 30-yard line, finally brought down. Rob, this is going to be tough. I had no idea who had that ball until it was evident that they were chasing Keegan Lawrence, who was in the open.
Yeah, like I said, Ray, they run their offense really good. They've been doing it for at least 13, 14 years since Coach Montgomery has been at the helm for Sherwood and done it to a lot of success in the regular season and off-season.
The thing is, many people are moving until you find out who's got the ball. This time they will go to the right side, and the Warriors will throw this play for a loss.
The Warriors knew who had the ball that time. That was a very good defensive play.
Christian Morris was the ball carrier, but he lost 2. In fact, it's probably a loss of 3 on the play, so let's say 2nd and 13. That run by Keegan Lawrence, number 25, there are so many people moving in the motion with only one wide receiver, the other 10 players right in the center of the line. It's difficult to tell who has the ball. We have a little better angle here because we're looking at it from behind. Back to throw is the quarterback. Balfour rolls out, and he's going to have to throw it away, and he does. The heat's put on by Riley Wetzel, who was chasing, and a flag comes down. Now, Riley gave a little tap to the quarterback on the stomach. I hope they don't call that a personal foul. It was not anything mean.
No, I think, Ray, the discussion is, was there a receiver in the area where he threw, which he just threw it out of bounds, and he was outside of the tackle box.
He was well outside the box.
He was throwing it to avoid a sack.
Yeah, you have a better view on that sideline if there was anybody there, but he was well outside the box. Yeah, they'll pick it up, and that should be the case. I was hoping it wasn't a personal foul because Riley Wetzel gave the quarterback Joseph Balfour just a little good sportsman tap because he was chasing him and about to sack him.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to have a silly penalty like that on Lebanon's side for sure.
But they pick up the flag as he was well out of the box when he passed that ball. Balfour hands off on the delay. They've got some room. Banging ahead is Lawrence, but Lawrence is caught from behind, and they still have him by the ankle, and that was dangerous for him because he twisted and turned and finally brought down. And that should be Mickey Schaefer, number 24. Now, I will tell you again, not so much as an excuse for myself, but an explanation that there are multiple people who will handle the ball, multiple. Even more than, we see many times the Warriors can have a lot of runners, but not like this.
Yeah, and there may be double handoffs, Ray, because I've seen that happen with Sherwood, too, where they will hand it to Mickey Lawrence, and then he'll double hand it off to Christian Morris or one of the other Bowman running backs.
Pickup of about 4 yards. So they need 9 for the first down. Back to throw is Balfour. Balfour throws out here. Has a man, but a good tackle. Christian Morris. And the tackle made by, I believe,
Alan Ma, number 13. Yes, it is.
I wasn't sure that it was 13 or 23. It is Alan Ma, number 13, with the tackle, and the Warriors stop the drive by Sherwood on a 4th and 9. They use backs for their passes. Belford does not throw very much in the game. Maybe 4, 5, 6 times was the most I'd seen in any explanation, any of the newspaper articles about the games. But he will throw to one of his backs, in this case, Morris. But Alan Ma was right there to bring him down about 3 yards short of the first down. So from the 25-yard line, the Warriors will try to push forward on their line, and they'll get a couple of yards on their first down. 2nd and 8 coming up.
It's like C.J. Hargis on the option play there.
A cold night here, but nice because it's not raining. It's not bitter in the sense of the rain. Boy, those showers, when those clouds moved in this afternoon, they were dark and ominous. Here's a handoff. The Warriors that got the first down on a drive off left tackle. And is that Tim? Yes, it is. Farrell. Tim Farrell on the carry, and he will carry close to midfield at the 48-yard line, 1st and 10. So the Warriors have run some good plays here. They've been able to run. They have that long touchdown pass. They're tied at 8 with 6:31 remaining in the first quarter. We expect it to be a very quickly run game because both teams primarily will keep the ball on the ground, which will keep the clock moving constantly. Here's Hargis on a handoff to Farrell, and Farrell bangs. No, it's Taman Pravatsky this time, who will get down to about the 45-yard line. He should have another first down. That's in Bowman territory. It should be a first down where they place the ball. And the Warriors have been successful in their running game so far.
There's a Warrior down, Keontae Davis, who was in for Tim Farrell. Tim had to come out. His helmet came off that last play, Ray. But Keontae Davis is down, but very, very promising for the Warriors right now. Hopefully Keontae's okay. But so far the offense has been able to move the ball with a lot of success.
And they do move the chains finally, indicating they agree with the declaration of a first down here tonight as they check Keontae Davis. A reminder from Lynn Benton Community College, of course, their fall semester has already begun, but it's a good time to take a look at the winter semester. Get started, get finished at Lane Community College, the main campus in Albany, also, of course, in Lebanon, in Sweet Home and Corvallis, Lane Community College. And our thanks to Udell Engineering as Keontae Davis is out now and walks towards the sideline. As he heads there, he begins to move a little better with each step.
He must have got his air knocked out of him. That's all I could think of, because he was down for about 30 seconds.
Udell Engineering would like us to congratulate the Warriors on their success last week in Bend in the playoff game, winning that game 26-8 to move into this playoff round tonight. Udell Engineering, and we thank them for that great field at Heath Stadium. Udell Engineering wishing the Warriors luck tonight. So far, they're doing well. 8-8, they're tied. They're on the move here. A couple of first downs. There's Taman Pravatsky. Again, he's got some good room off the left tackle. Very good room to the 40-yard line. A pickup of maybe 5 on first down, 2nd and 5. They're moving.
Yes, and they're doing it up the middle. That's where they've made most of the success for the year, Ray, is with Taman and Tim Farrell. And C.J. Hargis as of lately.
2nd down and 5. As they push that Sherwood line back again and close to the first down. It should be a little bit shy, but they'll pick up good yardage on this play.
I think that was Farrell again, up the gut.
You can always tell, you can't see the number, you can tell from the sides. Tim Farrell is 1 yard short of the first down on 3rd and 1, and the Warriors probably will continue to try to move straight ahead, and they do fumble. It's on the ground. I think the Warriors able to fall on it.
It did, luckily.
But it'll be a 4th and 1, and they may have lost a little bit on the play. Dropped right after the snap, so they were able to fall on it quickly and maintain possession, but they did not get the first down, and so they'll have to try it again. One more shot. 4th down and 1.
And you know,
3rd and 1, is it 3rd? I thought it was a 4th down coming up here.
It's 4th and 1.
Oh, there they go. They just changed it on the board. C.J. Hargis, I'm not sure what happened, but they did not get the first down. It looked like he was intending to hand off to somebody, but his backs had already passed him by. I'm not sure what happened on the play. There was no one to hand it to, and then they simply tackled him for about a yard loss, and it's certainly not enough. They didn't get the first down. What would you say happened there?
Definitely a broken play, Ray. The running back went to the opposite of where the play was supposed to go. So TJ read it to go to the right. There was nobody there. Running back went the opposite direction, just miscommunication.
I'll tell you, the fortune of the play is that he was able to hold on to the ball. Here's a running play for Sherwood, and they will take it to the outside, and they will get a first down. Move the ball to midfield. It'll be a 1st and 10 as Scott Scobo picks up the first down. One of many different names that you will hear tonight as they run players in and out. I'm sure it's a little bit easier down on the field to tell where that ball is, but there's just so much movement. Here is a handoff right off right tackle. It'll be a good pickup on first down inside the Warrior 45 down to about the 42-yard line, and that will be Jake Reamer. Jake Reamer picks up 7 yards on first down, 2nd and 3. 4:02 to go. Well, the game has certainly slowed down the scoring pace from the 8-8 with 57 seconds gone. Both teams had scored, and both teams had a 2-point conversion. That's where it stands. But Sherwood, on their second full possession of the night, to the outside is Scobo, and he will pick up the first down before he's knocked out of bounds. Inside the 40, at the 39-yard line, the drive stays alive for Sherwood. 1st and 10. 3:37 remaining in the first quarter. Sherwood High School, cold night. But there's no wind as we have the window open. It's not too bad. We're not getting a breeze here. It's not any colder with the window open than it is with the window closed in this booth.
This is true, right? And luckily we have just a proper amount of layer of clothing on so far.
Got more. We need gloves. We could use gloves tonight. Here is a handoff and a first down and a nice tackle by the Warriors, a saving tackle. And I'm not sure, is that Ralph Odell? That was 80, not 82. Is that 32? Is that Taman?
It's Taman, 32.
Taman Karatsky was at 32?
Well, everyone's jersey for Lebanon is wrinkled up right now.
And the Warriors jump here after the first down at the 30, the 29-yard line. The Warriors will be offside, and it'll be 1st and 5 coming up. Sherwood on the move, 3:13 remaining in the first quarter.
Something that Sherwood does too, Ray, and they've always done is no huddle as well, which is really tough, which is another reason why they have the complementary backs that they do, and every one of them is fresh. They have to be in this style of offense as much as they run the ball. That's why we see so many different carriers of the ball.
1st down and 5 from the Warrior 48. A timeout is going to be taken here. Perhaps, no, it's just quarterback Joseph Belford directs some of his players. Still has time to snap the ball, and he does. He will hand off on somewhat of an end-around, a semi-end-around, not all the way from the wide receiver position, but coming around behind him and thrown for a loss.
Boy, that was a nice tackle by Riley Wessel right there on the outside, Ray. And Fletcher Bellinger, number 2. You know, Ray, part of this, too, even though the team scored their first series, part of this may be, at least for Sherwood, shaking off some rust. They haven't played a football game in almost 2 weeks. So they had a bye last week while the Warriors were playing a game.
Maybe a loss of a yard, 2nd and 11. Right up the gut. And a good pickup on 2nd down. Number 47. Is that Reamer again? 47.
Yes,
Jake Reamer. Jake Reamer, 5'10", 190 pounds. Not big backs, but they are fast. All of them are very fast. 2nd down. They gave him the first down. He did get the first down. 1st and 10. Inside the 20. Handoff going outside is...
He's fast. Christian Morris.
Is that 23?
Yes, it is.
Boy, I'm having trouble seeing those numbers on the far side of the field. I thought it was 21, but 21 tonight is 25. We learned that earlier.
Yes.
That's Morris.
Keegan Lawrence is number 25 tonight.
Morris generally gains over 100 yards a game. And again, the carries are not that many. Even against Marist, which was the best team that they faced this year, he only carried the ball some 12 times. But he still will get his 100 yards. Here's the handoff as they go straight up the middle, banging inside the 10 down to about the 6, and they are on the move.
First and goal for the Bowmen.
That's Jake Bremer again. He's been the primary back so far. He's carried 3 or 4 times on this possession. 1:53. As we said, this game should run very quickly because the clock just keeps moving. Both teams will keep the ball on the ground for the majority of the night.
Penalty flag. I think it might go against the Warriors. No. Against Sherwood.
They are marching this off against the Bowmen. They will be back to the 22-yard line. They were inside the 10 and close to another first down, which would have been just beyond the 9, about the 8.5. Instead, they'll be pushed back to they'll finally place it at the 17. So at the 17-yard line, it's a second down again, but 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12. Hand off to Reamer. Right side, he may have the touchdown, and he does, into the end zone. Was hit about the 5, but carried a tackler with him into the end zone. Boy, Jake Reamer, or Reimer, it's R-E-I-M-E-R, has been the back carrying the ball most times here tonight. I wonder if that surprises the Warriors at all, because, again, where there were box scores for their various games through the years, you didn't see that many carries by Reamer.
No, but, I mean, like you said before, Ray, there's usually 7 or 8 different running backs that are in this kind of offense, so it's really hard to decipher as a defensive coordinator who to attack offensively from a defensive standpoint, who to try to stop.
Since they take the lead for the touchdown, they are sufficient. The extra point is sufficient, and they go for the extra point. They get it. It is 15-8 with 1:31 to go. Sherwood grabs the lead, and we'll see if the Warriors can hang on here tonight and get this tie back. 1:31 to go. We'll take our timeout at KGAL. 15-8, Bowman on top of the Warriors.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow.
Yes.
Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50.
Awesome.
Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
1580 KGAL.
When we left, the score was, we told you, was 15-8, and the score is now 15-8. There was a penalty, a delayed penalty, just as we took the break. It moved the ball back to the 15 for the extra point, but their kicker is accurate again, not by much. It just made it over the bars, but it did. And the extra point is good, so it is 15-8. Martin Lena with the extra point. 1:31 to go, and let's take another timeout here since we have the chance to do it. 1:31 to go. It is now 15-8 officially. Bowman leading on KGAL.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Lassen RV at Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580 KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Well, since we left the kickoff, the ball went to about the 20-yard line and bounced to Taman Pravatsky, who picked it up and ran straight ahead all the way down to the 29-yard line of Sherwood. A great return by Taman. And the Warriors have terrific field position to try to tie this thing up. They trail by 7, but at the 29 of Sherwood on a first down, they'll pick up a couple. That line of Sherwood a little more reluctant now to give up the yards. The Warriors have been very successful. their touchdown, a 74-yard touchdown pass on the second play from scrimmage, C.J. Hargis to Matthew Tracy.
That was Jacob Gillette in the game, giving Tim Farrell a rest. Normally Keontae Davis comes in, but Keontae must still be feeling a little injured.
Jacob Gillette is the near back. Taman Pavonsky, the deep back for C.J. Hargis. He will hand to Taman. Taman runs into a bunch right at the line of scrimmage and nothing doing there. And that Sherwood line is certainly toughening up now. 34 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Nothing doing on second down. And it'll be a third down and still 10 for the Warriors. 3rd and 10. In fact, a loss of a little bit on that play, almost a yard. So we'll say 3rd and 11 coming up for the Warriors. The clock runs to 17 seconds. Will they get another play? 15. As they huddle, they come up to the line of scrimmage. Should get one more here before the end of the first quarter. 3rd and 11 with the ball right at the 30-yard line. C.J. Hargis is the quarterback. Man in motion, he will pitch to Taman. Taman trying to get a block, get around the outside. He does. Whoa, and then he is knocked out of bounds at the 25.
Knocked someone else out, too.
At first, it looked like he might have the speed to really turn that corner. But one of the linemen stayed with him and knocked him out of bounds at the 25. He did pick up 5 yards. That'll be the end of the first quarter. But when we come back, the Warriors will have a key play, 4th and 5 coming up from the 25-yard line of Sherwood. 1 quarter done, and a quick one, 15-8 to Bowman with the lead tonight on KGAL.
Hi, I'm Jeff, one of the brake experts here at Les Schwab. When your brakes need work, all you hear is this. But what we hear is this.
Yeehaw! Boy, you pushing me to the limit. Better fix me up today or there'll be no stopping tomorrow. Hey, let's go play chicken with that brick wall. Woohoo!
If you couldn't tell, that was a 4x4.
For 30 years, we've been the brake experts at Les Schwab, and it shows. Stop in for your free brake check today. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Edward Jones specializes in helping individual investors achieve their personal investment goals. Hello, this is Doug Phillips, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor. Please call me to set up an appointment so I can assist you in selecting investments and services that help meet your goals. Call me at 541-451-4000. Member SIPC.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Conegat Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Conegat Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Conegat Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
KGAL.
Big play for the Warriors as we start the second quarter tonight here from, what's the name of their stadium? Do we know? Does it have a name?
It has a name, but I couldn't tell it now.
From Bowman Stadium, 4th and 5 for the Warriors, trying to keep this drive alive, trailing by 7 as we start the second quarter. And jumping in the backfield. And that's Tim Farrell, who took a step forward too quickly, and that will cost the Warriors 5, and now it will become a major task, 4th and 10, to keep the drive alive from the 29-yard line of Sherwood. Unfortunate.
Cannot have any more mistakes like that, Ray. Just inexcusable. Got to know the count. Trying to anticipate where he's going to go. Now it creates a whole different situation.
4th and 10. Will they throw here? C.J. Hargis under center has receivers right and left. Rolls out and is hit and dropped. Couple-yard loss. Play action. He faked it to Tim Farrell and took a couple of steps back. He really didn't go back deep to pass. Only took about 1 or 2 steps back and then tried to roll to the right and throw, but he was hit and thrown for a loss. It'll be a 5th and 12. Will they be allowed to do that?
Boy, in a game like this, you would hope that they would give an extra down, but the Warriors just not to the penalty. The penalty is what dug him a deeper hole there, Ray. That was just too much time.
So the Bowman on the move again, and here comes straight up the middle Mickey Schaefer at the 40, 41, 42-yard line, and he'll be a couple of yards short of a first down. 2nd and 2. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the OSAA State Championship since 1984. Whether you're buying a car, consolidating bills, or paying for one of life's unexpected surprises, U.S. Bank, great rates on loans and lines of credit tailored to meet your needs. Subject to normal credit approval, installment loans and lines of credit offered by U.S. Bank National Association, equal housing lender. And the quarterback, I looked at a couple of places, Rob, to make sure that he did have the ball. Belfer had faked the handoff to Keegan Lawrence and then went back. I'm not sure what he wanted to do because he was so deep in the backfield. Surely he was not going to throw, but he was thrown for a huge loss back at the 35-yard line. Something broke there. That was a broken play.
That was, and if you look downfield, everyone was covered too, Ray, but someone came through. Yeah, it was a broken play. Someone came through and blocked for the Warriors.
I don't think he wanted to be that far back. It didn't look like a screen. Now he rolled out again. Maybe they run the same play. This time he will throw, has a man open, and it is caught. It is caught at the 50. There is a flag down. There was a battle. There might be interference called against the Warriors, but it won't matter. It was caught.
And why would you throw interference? That ball was, the Warrior timed it perfectly.
Well, he was reaching in.
Boy, it's bang, bang.
We'll see if they will call interference.
50-50 call there.
Who was the back there, Rob, do you know?
Trying to look.
On the far side, I'm not sure.
That looks like Derek Weah was playing corner. He was coming from his man coming back up to the ball. That ball was up there. And pass interference to Sherwood?
I think you're right. I can see that Derek is out there on the far side, and that was... It is pass interference against Sherwood, so there was a battle for the ball, and they will say Sherwood committed the crime.
How?
Well, I'm not sure. Was it good?
You know what? It's illegal. It's illegal lineman or an eligible receiver downfield. That's what was. No.
Loss of down.
Loss of down. You got that right.
If that call looked like a block in the back, what was the?
That was the pass interference and then the loss of down.
It looked more like a block in the back call.
Well, it's a punting
It would not be. Yeah, it's a fourth down. A major penalty because it is a loss of down, which means it goes to fourth down. 32-yard line was the line of scrimmage, and they're back at the 19 now with the kicker back inside the 10 at the 8. The punt, they get the punt away. It is a good one. It will drop on the Bowman side of the field, and that's where it will die at about the 47-yard line. And the Warriors get a break, a good play on a broken play in which Joseph Balfour, I'm not sure what he wanted to do with the ball, was thrown for a big loss. A controversial call of interference on a battle between Derek Weah and the receiver for Sherwood went the Warriors' way. Forced a punt, and the Warriors with good field position at the 49. They're hanging in this game down 15-8 to the team that is ranked number 2 in those controversial and I think strange power rankings of the OSAA. But a team that is the state champion of 2 years ago and the runner-up last year to Mountain View. They're hanging in down by 7. Let's see what they can do here. Hand off to the deep back. That's Taman. He'll get a couple, and the ball is fumbled. It's on the ground, and Sherwood is going to pick it up, and they'll get it right back at midfield. In fact, just across midfield, and they will be at the Warrior 49.
That was Brayton Childress just coming in for probably maybe a play or two to spell Taman Pravosky there. That's Taman's backup. And unfortunately got a hit. Looked like a helmet right on the ball there. He was getting hit, knocked the ball out. Turnover and critical mistake for Lebanon.
Credit Taman for his gumption. He was still battling, although he looked like he was going to be brought down earlier. But in that battle, he lost control of the ball, and Sherwood gets it right back. Here is the handoff up the middle. Let's see if that's Christian Morris. They had several men in motion. They faked the handoff to Lawrence. No, it's Reamer. Jake Reamer again. What's wrong with Christian Morris tonight? I mean, he is their ball carrier. He's the main man. We've only seen him once, right? One handoff tonight?
Right, and the Warriors, maybe by defensive alignment, maybe taking that part away from the Sherwood Bowman right now, Ray, because Reamer is easily up to 8-9 carries through the game.
And that's unusual for them. It's most unusual. Here's Balfour. Balfour hands off Keegan Lawrence on the outside, and Lawrence is knocked out of bounds. He'll gain a couple yards on the play. He might have knocked the chain down on the far side. He may not have gained anything. Warriors doing a good job of containing here. Their line staying with whoever has the ball. First of all, that's not easy. It's like, who's got the ball? This should be a quiz show.
Penalty flag on the play right about where the tackle was starting to get made face mask against the Warriors. I did not see that.
Personal foul on a face mask against the Warriors, and while Sherwood was hurt by a penalty on their possession, the Warriors turned it back.
I saw Luke Rapay was out there on the outside edge there, Ray. He did grab a jersey, try to spin him around, but maybe his offhand might have gotten into the face mask area just long enough.
Big penalty. It's 1st and 10, and they will make the Warriors pay on this first down as they get inside the 30. Jake Reimer. You may have heard the PA announcer before I did with my headset on. It's like wearing earmuffs. Jake Reimer is the pronunciation of his name, R-E-I-M-E-R.
Did I say Reimer?
No, I've been saying Reimer.
Oh, okay.
I've been saying Reimer all night because I have a relative on my mom's side of the family. R-E-I-M-E-R is Reimer, but that's in Buffalo. That's the way it should be. I'm going to call the kid Reimer. He doesn't know better. 2nd and 3 after a pickup of 7. He has the ball again, and he is intent on a first down, and he has that first down at the 20. 1st down and 10. Sherwood on the move, trying to add to the 7-point advantage. 9:02 remaining. Second quarter, your Steel and Husqvarna in a headquarters in the Valley, Cascade Power Equipment. You'll find Cascade Outdoor Power Equipment near the airport on Airway Road in Lebanon. As Sherwood quickly comes back here to the line of scrimmage, they run their plays quickly. Well, now they slow down a little bit as they talk things over. Positioning of the players, again, just one receiver to the left. All other 10 players gather very closely, and the Warriors jump right up the middle, right in the center of the line. And that looked like Tim Farrell.
Yeah.
Who jumped. Unless he was induced, he was not.
No, Christian Morris was starting to move as a wing, which he can do since he's off the line of scrimmage. So Farrell was coming up the middle for a linebacker blitz.
It becomes 1st and 5 from the 15. 8:35 remaining in the half. And Sherwood, a little confusion as to who's supposed to be on the field. They exchanged number 7 and number 2. I'm not sure why they don't bring in a play. 7 is that wide receiver who hasn't seen any play all night. Here's the handoff to Reimer, and he's got the first down, and he'll be inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal from around the 6-yard line for the Bowmen on the move. And looking very much like the team that is ranked number 2 in the power rankings for the state, a team that won the state championship 2 years ago and was a runner-up last year. I'm not sure why they exchanged. They do. I can see number 2 coming in. He did whisper something to Balfour, so a couple of times they've come on the field. I haven't seen him say anything to the quarterback, but he just brought a play in. They exchanged, called the play. They run onto the field, and it is a touchdown. Reimer on the carry. I am just shocked that Jake Reimer is carrying the ball every time. And this time he goes 6 yards for the touchdown, straight up the middle, right up the middle. They used a little bit of confusion as they bring players around to the outside, fake the hand to the outside, but the handoff right up the middle for the touchdown, 21-8. And Sherwood in control of the game. They'll try for the extra point. Ball placed down, kick is up. This one looks good, and no flag down this time, so when we come back, they won't be kicking again. It is good. 8:07 remaining, second quarter. Sherwood looking very strong on that drive. 22-8. They take the lead tonight over the Warriors. It's the Warriors and the Bowmen. OSAA playoff game tonight from Sherwood High School on KGAL.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
At Walmart, you'll find lower prices always. That's their pledge to you. And now with the Walmart Superstore, that means you'll find lower prices on just about anything that might possibly be on your shopping list. Walmart, bringing you what you want. Lower prices.
1580 KGAL.
Welcome back. 22-8. The Bowmen have taken the lead, and we'll see if the Warriors can fight back in this game. We know it's going to be tough tonight. There are not too many teams in the state that defeat the Bowmen, particularly here at their home. 8:07 remaining in the second quarter. They will kick off. Tamer Pravatsky, one of the deep backs for the Warriors, had a great return earlier down to the 30. of the Bowman. The kick winds up going out of bounds, and a good thing is Damon let it roll out of bounds. It looked like it was going to stay in bounds, and they would have to pick it up, but it suddenly took a wicked curve out of bounds, and that benefits the Warriors as they get to take it then at the 35, 1st and 10. First down and 10 for Lebanon. A reminder, after the game tonight, why not grab a hot and ready $5 pizza at Little Caesars near the River Center, the new and only Little Caesars in Lebanon. Love to see that River Center tonight. We'll be lucky to get out of here. We don't know. We don't know how we got here after we finally got to Sherwood. We had a car leading us, a nice man that we saw in a plaza. Had somebody in a plaza, and he said, "Hey, follow me." We took so many curves, we don't have any idea how to get back. Warriors, of course, running on first down. They've been content to do that, except for the second play of scrimmage, which netted a 74-yard touchdown. And Tim Farrell carries for a couple of yards. The Warriors were having the best of the line of scrimmage battles earlier, but now it has settled down, and the Bowmen are holding them much more effectively at this point of the game. Pickup of 2 on first down. Second and maybe 3. Pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. C.J. Hargis is the quarterback. He will go back to throw just after I said he hadn't thrown much tonight. He throws complete on the far side. It is complete.
I believe that's C.J. Bustillos, number 16, into the game.
Number 16?
Yes.
All right.
We rarely get to see C.J. early into this game.
It's going to say 13. All right. I'll accept that. Accept it. So they complete the pass, and they're just short of a first down, maybe just inches shy. So they do throw right after I said they hadn't really thrown except for one play. That's just the second pass play of the night. They will run on this one and get the first down, and they do. C.J. Hargis on a keeper, a good keeper across midfield into Bowman territory, 1st and 10, 7:20 remaining second quarter. 22-8 Bowman up, and the Warriors with the ball, but on the move.
Well, and it would behoove the Warriors right now that they've shown that they've had success against this defense, Ray, but to put some more points up on the board before halftime and make this a one-possession game. They're across midfield into Sherwood territory. Let's see if they can keep things going.
Here comes Riley Wetzel as a receiver out in front of us. One receiver to the right, but again, they will run, fumble on the handoff, and Sherwood is going to have the ball again in good short field territory. Second time it has happened to the Warriors. Moments ago in the second quarter, they had the ball at the Sherwood 49 in good field position, 1st and 10, a fumble. Placed the ball on their side of the field at the 49, and Sherwood took it in from the 49-yard line for the touchdown that has given them a 2-touchdown advantage. And they could be on their way again. This time they will take over at the 47 of the Warriors, 1st and 10. 6:46 remaining.
Do you think this offense needs any extra help? The Warriors are giving away turnovers here.
There might have been a collision on the handoff because just as C.J. Hargis, here is a handoff on first down, and a flag comes down as there's a little extracurricular activity on the far side as Scott Scobo carries the ball just short of the 40. That will go against Sherwood holding, and that will be to the Warriors' benefit, obviously. There might have been a collision on the handoff between C.J. Hargis and his running back because it was just at the moment of the handoff. It wasn't a hit by the Bowman that caused the fumble. It was simply a mishandling of the ball. But the Bowmen were right there charging into that backfield to fall on top of it. There were about 4 Bowmen there. They were fighting for the ball. It would have been good if they just kept fighting and squirted out.
Yeah.
But there were just red suits. The Bowmen in their red, more of a Stanford color, almost a cardinal. Warriors in the white uniforms tonight. Balfour.
Oh, is that intercepted?
Did Balfour throw? He did throw. He was back out. I didn't see him release that ball, but he did throw. And a dangerous pass. He went back a couple of yards to right into the center of the line and into a crowd. It was incomplete.
It was a shovel pass. It was a very quick shovel pass, and Luke LePay almost came up with the interception there, Ray. It hit the ground. Unfortunately, it counts as an incomplete pass, but that would have been a great break for the Warriors. 2nd and long coming up for the Bowmen.
So they try a little trickery there on that holding penalty. It was a 1st and 20, so now 2nd and 20 as they're back at their own 42-yard line. Again, one receiver to the right. The only thing he does is bring in the play. That's all they have. That's got to be. They used to talk about the lonesome man Carpenter from Army years ago. And a timeout, I believe. Timeout for Sherwood. Timeout, Sherwood. We'll take a timeout. 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Sherwood has fought back from a very quick 8-0 deficit to the Warriors. They now lead at 22-8. We'll be back on KGAL.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow. Yes. Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50. Awesome. Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
So you're driving to work in the morning when you hit a detour down a gravel road for 18 miles. Luckily, every car or pickup tire that Les Schwab sells comes with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you. Along with great prices, we give you free flat repairs, rebalancing, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. So, why lifetime protection? Because you just might need it. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
A pitch to Christian Morris. He's on his way down the sidelines, and just as quickly as we can come back, they score the touchdown. From the 42-yard line, a 58-yard run. We've been talking about the fact that Christian Morris seems to be their primary back when you look at the box scores from their victories this year. He had only, I believe, one carry to this point. Jake Bremer had carried the ball over and over again successfully, but they had been using Morris. And as we come back, they ran a pitch. They have not pitched too often tonight. More of a handoff after multiple backs either run by or run up the middle. They finally hand off to someone, but this time a pitch to Morris, who got to the outside, and his speed is good. We saw that on the kick return when he returned the kickoff after the Warriors had scored the lead 8-0. He returned the kick some 80 yards. It was his speed to get to the sideline. It was amazing on that play, and he did it again. After the pitch, he came to the near sideline to us, and his speed simply outran anyone who could get there, and he took it down the sideline for the touchdown.
Not that it would have made any difference, Ray, but there was one man that was trying to hustle down to get, and he almost ran into the official in the backfield. That was Derek Weah. He almost had a chance, but Christian Morris, make no mistake about him, probably the fastest member on this football team.
So leading 28-8, they suddenly decide this time they will go for two. They've gone for the extra point the last two times successfully, and they hand off, and they've got the two-point conversion. Into the end zone is Mickey Schaefer. Mickey Schaefer with the two-point carry, and it is suddenly 30-8. And Rob, the game may be slowly getting out of reach. 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Les Schwab Tires, they guarantee their service like they guarantee their tires. Backed at more than 400 stores through the West. Les Schwab Tires doing the right thing since 1952. Sherwood is doing everything right at the moment, and the Warriors have done a couple of things wrong. 2 fumbles, giving Sherwood a short field, one time 49 yards, the other 47. And they scored at both opportunities. They lead at 30-8.
15 points off of 2 Lebanon turnovers. That's half their points in this first half, Ray. Other than that, the Warriors have done a pretty good job defensively because both of those times they've turned the ball over. It's been right up midfield, and they were moving the ball, not at will, but they were moving the ball successfully almost every play. So the Warriors need to answer back here offensively, at least take some time off the clock, Ray. There's still 6 minutes and 10 seconds left. You certainly don't want to give this ball back to the Sherwood offense right now.
No guarantee of the accuracy of this stat, but Christian Morris has handled the ball only about 3 times tonight. This is strange onside kick. I don't know why. It went 10 yards and they recovered it. We'll try to describe that play for you in a moment. Let's see who took that one, number 17. And I only have the second page of the higher numbers here. Well, it won't matter. Number 17, Nick Clark, a junior, recovered the ball. It went 10 yards. They ran, I've never seen anything like that. It was a crisscross. Players were crisscrossing left and right, some coming up straight. Finally, the young man who appeared like he was coming up to kick the ball wound up toward us, and a young man from the left side of the field came up and kicked it. I don't know why they went through all of that to get an onside kick, and they recovered it. What do you think all of that movement did? Does that cause confusion anyway? I don't see why. first down, and they carry across the Warrior 45.
I've never been in that position before down the field, but up top here, there was a lot of activity going on, and I would have to ask one of the Lebanon players down there.
What difference would it make?
I know.
When you finally kick, what difference does it make with all that movement? It looked like a dance move. It looked like the June Taylor dancers from the old Jackie Gleason show. And we're taking the aerial view like they used to do on TV. Here's a handoff and jumping on the outside. Christian Morris, he will carry down to the 20, inside the 20, and knocked out of bounds. Morris with a great job of jumping over one of the defenders. I mean, a high leap to escape being tackled after just a couple of yards, and again takes to the sideline, carries inside the 20.
But it was just a different look to me, Ray. I mean, if anything, it's something that you probably have not seen on film yet. So the Warriors were probably confused as opposed to, if it was a regular onside kick, they would know. Usually most teams will line up with more defenders on one side to the side that they're going to kick towards.
Christian Morris suddenly becomes the go-to man if he picks up a couple this time. That's the least amount of yardage he's picked up on a carry so far. They're down at the 15-yard line, and it's 2nd and 6. The handoff goes outside to Keegan Lawrence, and Lawrence gains down about the 10. He'll be short of a first down, but he'll be just a couple of yards short. The Bowman on the move, and suddenly you can see how they amassed 84 points, 73 points, 65 points, over 40 points in another game, and they've got more here because they're leading 38. They're about to get in again.
But I'm more confused at the move, up 30-8, and they've been moving the ball at will. There's no concern about other than that Taman Pravosky has been returning the ball with success. You've seen certain kicks tonight have been angled away from Taman.
Here's Reamer, who has the first down, and inside the 5 will carry down to the 3. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Bowman, 4:27 remaining second quarter. I think the intent was to catch the Warriors offside. They wanted to get the ball back, and they did it. They wanted to just keep rolling. But I don't see why all the confusion. It's very hard, listeners, to describe to you. Everyone was moving. Every player was going somewhere. They were switching sides of the field. They were circling around. It was a beautiful dance move. And finally, some young man from the left side came up and kicked the ball into the end zone. Keegan Lawrence touchdown. Keegan Lawrence, 3 yards. They say 2 yards on the scoreboard. 2 yards for the touchdown. And the Bowmen have really taken command of this game at 36-8. 36-8. But beyond the confusion, Rob, it's some young man comes up and kicks the ball finally, but he kicked it perfectly. It went 10 yards just beyond the 10 yards, and it took a very beneficial bounce for one of the linemen from Sherwood to come up and grab the ball. But I would say again, why would all that confusion do anything more than just coming up and kicking the ball?
Yeah,
extra point is good.
Right. I mean, tactically, yeah. So tactically, what I'm saying, Ray, is in a 30-8 game, you normally don't kick an onside kick. When do you normally kick an onside kick? When you need to have the ball back. In a 30-8 game, you're controlling the game. I don't think it's a classless thing. I think it was something they were trying to practice. Maybe something for further down the road in the playoffs.
I think it's just maybe something that they do from time to time. It's one of their plays.
Yeah, it's one of their
offensive plays.
Right.
They've 37-8.
One of their winning plays tonight.
4 minutes and 8 seconds remaining, 37-8. And we will stay here now as the Warriors take the field. Well, we knew that it was going to be tough for the Warriors. But you don't want to say that before the game because you don't mean to disparage the players nor the coaching in any manner. They've done a good job again this year. They're 5-5 for the season, but they beat Bend last week on the road decisively. It's a good season. But the draw tonight is against a team that may very well be the champion when the playoffs are done. They're good, they're very good, and they've become the football power in the state in the last few years. A high kick taken by one of the up linemen, 25-30, coming outside here, number 77 at the 35-yard line.
That's Austin Lean, senior lineman.
That's going to be a thrill. That has to be a thrill.
Man. That might be his play of the night right there.
Not only did he handle the kickoff perfectly, and he probably doesn't get too much of a chance to practice that, but he brought it up a few yards to the 38-39, 1st and 10 for the Warriors with 4 minutes, 1 second remaining before the half, 37-8.
It carried a few hundred pounds of Bowman with him to get a few extra 4 or 5 yards.
Austin Lean is sizable. C.J. Hargis. Warriors need to keep their heads up and keep pushing. I mean, they've done a good job. They have not put it in the end zone except for that 74-yard explosion on the second play from scrimmage on the pass to Matthew Tracy. But they've gained a number of yards. They've found the move. They have shot themselves in their football foot several times. But they just need to keep pushing here. It's obviously it's very tough when you're down 37-8. You know this team. You know the talent of this team and the unlikelihood of forging a comeback. Hargis, hands off, second back through, and that's Taman Pravotsky, and he is met hard at the line of scrimmage.
Loss of 1. That was a big hit, too, on Taman by number 43, Tanner Shatbolt.
So it's 3rd down and 8 coming up as they had gained 3 on the first down. They lose 1 there. It's 3rd and 8 with 3:05 remaining before the halftime tonight. Reminder from Mega Foods, they've been offering the best quality and taste for over 50 years. More than just a supermarket, also a good neighbor. Mega Foods in Albany and, of course, in Lebanon. Here's C.J. Hargis. Hargis on a handoff and being caught from behind as he slaps the turf. Jake Rapay. Did they do the end around on that? I did
that counter play.
I didn't see him come around.
Counter.
It's a little bit. You got to look down low enough to make sure that you see everything. We're looking through an open window here because you cannot see out the top part because of the condensation in the booth. There is no heat in the booth. So the lower part is open, but it means that you have to bend down to watch the action here tonight. On a 4th down, here's Tim Farrell. It's a low kick, but it'll be to the Warriors' benefit as it will not be returned. Jacob Gillette bounces off his chest at the 32-yard line. At least that keeps any hopes of a return out of the way, and it'll be 1st down for the Bowmen from their 32, 1st and 10.
Poor Jacob was trying to get out of the way of that ball, Ray, and that bounce just couldn't get away from him.
So it would roll. He was trying to get out of the way so it would roll a little bit further, but couldn't do it. So the Bowmen back on offense. I have wondered in seeing the number of points that they roll up whether they ever do take their foot off the throat of the opposition. Seemingly not. Back to throw is Balfour. Balfour will throw. Wants to throw it long, and it is knocked away.
It might have been caught.
Was it?
Oh, wow.
Stay on the far side. It is caught. It looked like it was knocked away. Certainly the Warrior defender had his hand on the ball. I think that's Derek Weah on the far side. But it bounced off his hands into the hand of the defender who was on the far side from us, and the outside of Derek, you couldn't see that he had caught it, but he did, and went out of bounds. Long play down to the Warrior 35. Now things are just going their way. Derek looked like he was going to intercept that. There's a little trickery, and finally a handoff to Balarche. Let's see how they pronounce his name here.
I think it's Balarche.
Balarche? Wow.
Alan Baugh.
Logan Balarche. Ballarche. And they've got a little accent over the E at the end. Logan Balarche. First carry for him tonight. Here's Balfour on a handoff to Mickey Schaefer. Schaefer at the 30, inside the 30, close to the 1st down. I don't think it will require a measurement, but he's only about a yard short as the Bowmen are on the move. Rob, this is scary now because this could really be a high-scoring game for them when it's done.
Well, they don't huddle, Ray. This is what keeps teams on their heels, that they don't huddle. They get the play from the sideline. It's a quick play. They look on their wristbands. Everyone has a wristband, and they just keep on going. It's like the Oregon Ducks.
Handoff to Schaefer. Gets a good cutoff. Left tackle certainly has the 1st down and much more inside the 20. At the 17-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10. On the Warriors' side is the clock, which is down to 54 seconds. They'll wait for the change to move as it's 1st down again, and the clock will start up again. Can the Warriors or the clock keep the Bowmen out of the end zone? Again, they run the one man on the field who is the receiver who doesn't do anything except bring the play in and stand alone on the far side of the field. Here's the quarterback keeper by Balfour, I believe, and Balfour is smacked. He wanted to get a block from Schaefer. He couldn't do that. He gets down to maybe the 15-yard line. That will be a couple of yards on the play. and 31 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you were mentioning that the receiver, he just stands on that time. He had to block. He actually played.
It was suicide. You're right.
He was actually doing something. He was excited.
There's nothing for that young man to do. All 10 of the players are on the line. There is one player who is the receiver split very wide, and they change them on most plays, and he will frequently come in and simply run by the quarterback and shout a number, I assume, and then he takes his position on the far side of the field and does nothing. It's amazing.
Number three. Go for number 3. Okay.
But that time, as Rob said, the quarterback, Joseph Balfour, ran to his side. He was asked to throw a block. And so was Mickey Schaefer, but neither one able to do it successfully. The Warriors held that play in good position. Is there a timeout for the officials?
Well, there was a timeout called by Sherwood to stop the clock.
Did they stop the clock?
Yes, they did. Yes, sir. So second timeout of the half.
31 seconds remaining as they decide what they want to do here as they're at the 15-yard line. Back to throw is Balfour. Throws over the middle, and it is thrown just a little bit low.
Oh.
And cutting in, there probably is an interference call coming against the Warriors and Derek Weah. I find that one hard to accept. I know that if you say that, you're going to say, well, you're biased for the Warriors. But there's interference against Weah, but the ball was low. It was thrown at his feet. It was not going to be caught.
Right.
And Derek Weah was simply coming down for the ball and hit the receiver at the same time, and I don't think it was too soon to keep him from catching the ball.
Yeah, I think
tough call.
I think that should have been a no call, Ray. And I'm laughing at the fact that this offense usually runs the ball, and they usually don't pass. But even when they pass, they get a break.
First down at the 7. Balfour hands off to Schaefer, and no, he doesn't. It's taken wide by Keegan Lawrence, who has the touchdown.
What's this flag for?
I thought that Schaefer had the ball. He's number 24. It looked like he took the ball up the middle, but Lawrence came around from the right side in motion. He took the handoff. He's into the end zone, but a flag is down on the far side.
I think this might be a late hit as he crossed the goal line. There was a Warrior that popped him a little bit, but I think that was just the player that was trying to come in and make the play.
Personal foul, hitting the helmet.
Oh.
It'll be a touchdown.
It was around the helmet area.
43-8 with 21 seconds to go. So neither the Warriors nor the clock could stop the inevitability of that drive by the Bowmen for another touchdown before the half. 43 points on the board. And the Warriors led 8-0 after the second play from scrimmage for them and the second play from scrimmage in this game. So 43 unanswered points, and it may be about to become 44 as this time they will settle for the extra point. 1 point, the kick is up, and it is good. 44-8 with 21 seconds remaining before the half. Let's take a timeout on KGAL.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow. Yes. Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50. Awesome. Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
1580 KGAL.
Well, we were just discussing something here in the booth that you hate to discuss, and that is the mercy rule that takes place here in high school football. That is, if one team leads by 45 points into the second half, it doesn't happen in the first half. Score as many points as you want in the first half, and there's normal clock movement. But in the second half, once you have a 45-point advantage, the clock moves for everything except kickoffs and timeouts. The clock keeps moving. We're just discussing whether they have it in the playoffs or not, and it's your thoughts that in the quarterfinals they probably still have it in place?
I believe so, Ray. I don't know for certain, but I think in the semifinal round of the championship game, obviously you can run up the points as much as you like, and the clock would not take effect.
The lead is 36, so they're still 2 scores away from that 45-point advantage, but it certainly could happen at the way they're moving the ball and the way they're shutting down the Warriors. And this is a good kick. The kick has bounced short to the Warriors several times tonight, but this one has the full force behind it into the end zone, and the Warriors will take over at the 20. 1st and 10. 21 seconds remaining before the halftime. We thank you for joining us tonight here on KGAL. It could be the wind-up of the Warrior football season, and it certainly looks as though that will be the case. But basketball coming your way, and not that far away, about the 10th. I think Scott Landgren, who is not with us tonight, he is a big Beaver fan. He and his family, they attend everything the Beavers do.
Even a dinner, maybe a Mike Riley dinner.
And he's at the basketball game tonight. Warriors open their basketball season. He said he believes December 10th was the opening basketball game. Warriors off right tackle, one of their better plays. They were early in the game. They were picking up sizable yardage, but that slowed down, particularly here in the second half. But a gain out to the 25, a gain of 5 on the first down.
Tim Farrell has been running the ball hard this first half.
There's Tim Farrell straight ahead, and he's got a first down here at the 40-yard line, banging ahead. So he picks up from the 20 out to it'll be short, and that'll be it, actually. 21 seconds is gone. This time the clock works against the Warriors. We were hoping the clock would stop the Bowman from scoring. It did not, but the Warriors run out of time. First quarter, first half is done tonight. A cold night here we don't know what it's called. We'll call it Bowman Stadium. Cold Bowman Stadium. You remember the last time we were here for South Albany, it was cold?
Yes.
And the reason I remember is there is a walkway that you take to get up here from behind the press box. And outside, it's aluminum, right? I mean, that floor is like aluminum. And it is very slippery because the condensation hits that aluminum when you step on it. I remember the last time it was really dangerous.
Slippery.
And I almost did it tonight because I had to make a couple of runs downstairs into the car to get a towel to wipe off the windows and other things. On my way up here, I ran up the stairs quickly. I had no problem, but the minute I hit that aluminum... So it is the second time that we've been here. 4 years ago, this team really was emerging as a high school power, and that's when they really dominated South Albany that night. Tonight, it's Lebanon that's here. This team is already a high school power. State champion 2 years ago, in the championship game last year, and many people think they'll be back this year. They look like it now. It's 44-8 at the half tonight. We'll be back as football continues on KGAL.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes, or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town. Good family fun. Bowling. Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights. Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
1580 KGAL.
Back here at Bowman, Sherwood, Qualcomm, Fenway Park tonight from Sherwood, Oregon. It is 44-8 here at the halftime. One of the nice things, there is what is that, Rob? Is it a house out there? It looks like a neighborhood out there. There's a house.
There's a subdivision there.
That has, what would you call that? The V-shaped roof, rather high. I mean, most roofs are at that V shape, but this one seems rather high. And they have their Christmas lights up in three different, right at the two edges, and then right down the middle, 3 strings of lights going across the roof in a V shape, and it's Christmas.
Yes, and we were listening to sound bites from Clark Griswold.
Yes, we were.
Vacation on the way here on my smartphone. I got to be smarter than it sometimes, but it beats me up sometimes too.
First, we will start, though, in our family, we start with planes, trains, and automobiles on Thanksgiving Eve.
And that's John Candy, And who else is in it?
That's Steve Martin.
Steve Martin. That's all you need.
Going home for Thanksgiving.
That's all you need, those two guys.
That's the tradition. Pizza and planes, trains, and automobiles the night before Thanksgiving.
I would love to be there.
We're less than 2 weeks from that. The Warriors are thankful that they went to Bend last weekend and picked up a victory on what has not been one of their better years. They struggled 4-5 at the end of the regulation season, but they evened their record at 500 last week in a 26-8 victory over Bend, a team that the OSAA had erroneously ranked ahead of the Warriors in power ranking, but they picked up that victory last week. But because of where they are in the power rankings, they are at the bottom of the 16 teams that remain now in the state, and that's an honor for them. I mean, that's a successful season to be in the final 16. But where they are at the bottom of that ranking, they have to play a team at the top. The teams that are in the middle are more evenly matched against each other. But this was considered to be one of those mismatches that you find where, in this case, they're divided into two sections of 8 teams. The number 1 team in our section, Sherwood, facing the number 8 team, Lebanon, and it has been one-sided, 44-8. It started very encouragingly on the second play from scrimmage. Well, first of all, Taman Pravatsky picked up 3 yards on first down, and then on second down, the Warriors surprised us and the Bowmen by throwing a 74-yard touchdown pass, C.J. Hargis to Matthew Tracy. They also went for the 2-point conversion, and I thought it was a Riley Wessel, I believe, caught the 2-point conversion. It was the far side of the field, the far end of the field from where we're seated here in the press box. It was 8-0 Warriors with just a few seconds gone. But then on the kickoff return, the ball went into the hands of Christian Morris. We've mentioned him as the primary threat for the Bowmen, although you wouldn't know that from the first half. It was Jake Reamer, who I don't think has carried, I know for a fact, has not carried the ball as many times during the season as he has tonight, not even close. But Christian Morris was back for the kickoff. He took it 80 yards with great speed down the sideline, impressive speed. It looked like the Warriors had an angle on him to catch him and knock him out of bounds on the sideline, but they couldn't do it. And suddenly it was 8-8 as they got the conversion, and since then it has been all Bowman. But for, 50 seconds tonight, we were really pleased.
Yeah, we were. Yeah, and, everybody was surprised except for obviously the Lebanon coaching staff who knew probably, everybody had a scripted amount of plays to start the game, and Josh Dykes must have had a play-action pass right there because he knew that Sherwood would be keying in on the run, and sure enough, caught him off guard. And off the races was Matt Tracy. I was talking about the speed of Sherwood. I was surprised they couldn't catch up to Matt. Matt is one of the fastest Warriors, but Matt simply just outran the defender for a touchdown, and we had a lead. And then the next play, the kickoff, and that lead was disintegrated up into the Sherwood air, and Christian Morris took back a kick to turn this game up.
And it was a beautiful throw by C.J. Hargis because he caught Tracy in stride. That's another reason he could not be caught. He didn't have to slow at all to catch that ball. It was right in stride. That was about, 40, maybe 30, 40 yards in the air?
Some 30. It was probably about 30, 35 yards in the air, maybe 40.
Because he was back at the 20, and he threw to the Bowman side of the field, I would say about the 35-yard line, so maybe even something 40 yards in the air. But a beautiful pass, beautiful catch, and that's what we have to tell you tonight, because beyond that, it's 44-8 at the half, with the Bowmen in the lead on a chilly night here at Sherwood High School. And an interesting place down there. When you enter the stadium, there's a large area for the concession stand down the way, and we could see the smoke earlier this evening. And I remember the last time we were here on a cold night when you could see the smoke rising from the grill.
Yes.
That stopped. I don't see the grill down there tonight. Maybe
they must have ran out of things that could... Well, I actually didn't see it. It's not as high, but it's back by the fence, Ray. He's still working the grill over there. There's no line.
Be down there right now.
Oh, gosh. If anybody who wants to be a cook right now in this weather.
Rob has been trying to do double duty tonight and keep some stats for us. We'll see what he has. They were just 11 stats.
Just 11.
Well, it won't take you long.
That's all we care about.
It won't take you terribly long when we come back. With 6 minutes and 42 seconds remaining before the start of the third quarter tonight, the score is 44-8. The Bowmen on top will take this time out on KGAL.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
Making life easier and more productive, that's what Lynn Benton Tractor can do for you. And it all begins by discovering how the full line of Kubota equipment can help.
Benton Tractor, we're still doing business the American way.
Highway 99E, Tangent.
Taking a detour down a gravel road isn't fun for you or your tires. Luckily at Les Schwab, along with great prices, all of our car or pickup tires come with the kind of protection most other places don't give you, like free flat repairs and more. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Albany Burgerville is celebrating 50 years of serving customers fresh, great-tasting food with a mission to serve with love. Pick up a Burgerville card now and earn rewards cash for every dollar spent. See store for details. Stop by Burgerville after the game. Order a famous Tillamook cheeseburger. Open 7 a.m. to midnight Fridays.
KGAL.
Welcome back here at Sherwood High School. Halftime tonight. I'm Ray Pitts along with Rob Allen. We're here for the playoff game, quarterfinal playoff game, which the Sherwood Bowman lead sizably at halftime, 44-8. I have badmouthed and disparaged the OSAA ranking system so frequently this season, comparing it to the BCS, talking about the fact that you pick up a point even if you lose and are shellacked in a ball game, as long as you play one of the teams with a high power standing in their rankings, you pick up a point. That was true of Bend because Bend really had played a very tough schedule. They met Redmond. Redmond is number one in their division right now and number one ranked in the OSAA power rankings overall. They played Mountain View, which won the championship last year and is in the playoff. They played Marist,
Silverton.
Silverton, which is ranked number 2 in their division, I believe, right? And here in ours is a third.
They're ranked third. Sherwood is second, and Redmond is first.
But Ben played so many games against power-ranked teams that they picked up multiple points all the time, although they only won 2 games on the season. And we said jokingly, gosh, a Woodburn, for example, which not to disparage them, but they have been they've had a tough football time for years. They could face Marist and Sherwood and the best, and they'd be in the playoffs. I know. You cannot determine that a team is strong just because they played someone strong. That's one of the mistakes in their rankings. Anyway, tonight, I have to give them credit. They are right. West Albany, one of the higher-ranked teams, they lead 21-7 at the half over Ashland. Ashland visiting West tonight. Silverton at home is leading Putnam 21-0. Marist is leading Hermiston something like 33-0 at the half. And the only upset so far, Mountain View, one of the teams in the second tier that is 5, 6, 7, and 8, they lead Wilsonville by a small margin. Was it 14-7?
7-0 right now in the first half. Let's look at Churchill, was one of the last ones getting in over number one. Well, actually, they're tied right now with Redmond at 7 in the first half.
Wow.
So there's some good football being played out there. Silverton all over Putnam, 21-0. No surprise there.
So a couple of surprises so far, but they'll probably turn out the way that they are seen. As the OSAA, to credit them, they are accurate about the teams that are ranked at the top. If you'd like the latest information on your favorite high school teams, log on to OSAA.org and the OSAA Score Center. The OSAA Score Center has schedules, scores, and official rankings for all member schools in all of the team sports. At OSAA.org, you'll also find playoff brackets, broadcast schedules, and historical records. For more information, visit OSAA.org. Tell you what, we do have plenty of time yet in the halftime. Let's take one more time out. We'll still come back and get your telling stats, your storytelling stats here in just a moment. Halftime, Sherwood High School, KGAL Radio, Bowman 44, Warriors 8. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Jeff, one of the brake experts here at Les Schwab. When your brakes need work, all you hear is this. But what we hear is this.
Yeehaw! Boy, you pushing me to the limit. Better fix me up today or there'll be no stopping tomorrow. Hey, let's go play chicken with that brick wall. Woohoo!
If you couldn't tell, that was a 4x4.
For 30 years, we've been the brake experts at Les Schwab, and it shows. Stop in for your free brake check today. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Hi, I'm Dave Wood, President and CEO of Willamette Community Bank. Our focus is local. Local people, local families, and local businesses. We promise we'll always be that bank. Willamette Community Bank, service like no other. We promise. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you'd like to do it yourself or need helpful advice doing it, your neighborhood Ace Hardware and Contractor Center can help. Economy Supply Building Center has been that helpful place for over 58 years. Economy Supply Building Center, where Highway 34 becomes Tangent Street in Lebanon.
KGAL.
Back at its chilly Sherwood High School. I'm sure it's chilly wherever you are tonight. A couple of the booths next to us, they have heaters in there, and we're in a booth that is not heated with the window open. 39 degrees, it says. In Sherwood, is that right?
Only 39.
You can get the Sherwood temperature?
Yeah, that's right. Within a few miles.
Oh, those phones. Boy, I hate those phones. I hate to carry, I've always felt like the master of the telephone. Now you look at the telephone, you realize it's so much smarter than you are. I think that has definitely been bad for all of us. The statistics?
Is it that cold?
T-A-S-T. There's a new word for it. If you're playing Word Feud on your phone, statistics. You tell the opposition that it counts, even if it's not in the dictionary and Word Feud says no. With the statistics of the first half, here's Rob.
Well, the Warriors did not have a lot of yardage. They did have a good chunk of it, thanks to Matt Tracy and the 73-yard pass that he received from C.J. Hargis. Let's look at the running statistics for the Warriors. Only a few runners. C.J. Hargis had 5 carries for 19 yards. Luke Rapay, 1 carry for 3 yards. Tim Farrell led the Warriors in carries with 6, with 48 yards. Pravotsky had, Pravotsky had 1 more carry with 7 carries for 25 yards. For a total of 92 yards rushing. That's not Warrior football. Usually the Warriors have oftentimes 150 yards at the half, so they are under their average right there. Obviously, Tracy with a 73-yard reception, his only reception of the game. Farrell had a reception of 3 yards with Basillos with a reception of 9 yards for a total of 85 yards receiving for the Warriors. Hargis, 2 for 6 in the air with a 2-point conversion, obviously, and the touchdown pass. But 2 for 6 throwing.
6, is that right?
6 pass attempts.
More than I thought.
And the Warriors have a total of 177 yards of offense, but only 8 points. That's the statistic that we are concerned about right now. Hopefully the Warriors, you hope that you'll see some junior varsity players from the opposing team this half, and the Warriors hopefully can put some points on the board. I don't see any reason why Sherwood would want to have their starters out there, but obviously, we went through the scores earlier, and Pendleton is not in the playoffs. I mentioned during a break that Pendleton was playing at 8 o'clock in the morning, but they're playing against Summit. Both teams are out of the playoffs. Oh. The reason being is that you can still play a game.
And they wanted to do that.
And they wanted to do that. So Summit is going to travel to Pendleton tomorrow, the 10th, at 8 a.m.
That's a long trip. I noted last week that Bend had played one less game than we had. They had played 8 at that point rather than 9. Bend and their schedule, they only have 3 other teams in the league. It used to be just 2 other teams in the Intermountain League, Summit, Mountain View, and Bend. This year they added Redmond. Redmond, a former 6A school, because of a decline in their enrollment, plays down now at 5A, and suddenly they're a power. In fact, they're number 1 ranked in the state right now. We have we have a short time left here. Did they get the extra 3 on the clock yet?
They did. It started a couple of minutes ago.
In that case, we better stay here for the second half of tonight. 44-8, with the Bowman leading. Both teams are back on the field as the temperature continues to drop here this evening. I think I'm going to go to the second line of clothing tonight. They're going to hopefully go to some backups here in the second half. I'm going to the backup jersey, that Warrior sweatshirt that you nicely gave me at the beginning of the year.
Oh, yeah.
Just waiting.
Really nice and snappy on you.
Waiting for a moment such as this. A reminder from our sponsors. We thank all of our high school sponsors. It will also be our basketball sponsors. First basketball game coming up December the 10th. They do make the broadcast possible. We ask you whenever you need any of the products or services we mentioned here tonight to stop by. They are local people who take pride in their business. And shopping local is, I think, one of the best economic policies that we can advance here in the U.S. Enjoy your favorite delectable candies from Victorian Chocolate Company. Pick them up at the Bright Purple Building near Ralston Park in Lebanon. You can order them online at Victorian-chocolate.com, and we're certainly in the season for that. We mentioned that house over there with the Christmas lights. It's pretty.
It's like a gingerbread house, doesn't it?
It is.
Because we should have chocolate candy, and
it's across the eaves on the house. That's not easy to do. That takes some time to get up that high. They're high, very high roof. Definitely high.
Definitely high.
Learn how archery is a family sport at the Archery Hut in Lebanon. You'll find the Archery Hut just past the Moose Lodge on Crowfoot Road. Someone in the family interested in archery with the Christmas season coming up, you cannot possibly find a more complete place and a man who knows more about archery than the Archery Hut with its owner, John Stone. Just past the Moose Lodge on Crowfoot Road. Kickoff. Warriors kick off to start the half. It'll go out of bounds, and it'll be inside the 35 where it goes out of bounds. So they won't gain that much more from the rule that if the ball goes out of bounds, you take it at the 35-yard line.
Well, you certainly don't want to kick it off to Christian Morris. You've seen what he could do early on in that first half. And Sherwin-Belvin are moving the ball at will against the Warrior defense the last couple of series, so you can't fault Coach Dykes and his staff for trying an onside kick there and catching the Bowmen off guard.
We'll start the half again here by placing hands on the counter in front of us, leaning down low so we can see out the bottom part of the window as they come off the field, and their running back who breaks loose, Christian Morris, out to the 45-yard line. He ran over his own lineman, and I mean ran him over. His lineman was about to throw a block, and he simply blocked him out of it. It was like a defender. He knocked him over.
Yeah, and if his lineman wasn't in his way, he might have been taking that to the house.
Yeah.
It slowed him down. It was a speed bump for him.
The lineman was a little bit too slow, and so he just simply ran right through him, pushed him down, and gains on a first down on the first play from scrimmage out to the 46. Back to throw is Belford. Throws over the middle. It looked like it was intended for Morris. Instead, it's intended to the outside. It is incomplete.
To who? The receiver, the lone receiver.
That's 17. That's right. He's the young man that has lined up all night as the lone receiver, the lone end. They used to, in Army years ago, you may not remember this, his last name was Carpenter. I don't know his first name. He was called the Lonesome End because they used a formation much like this. Army and Navy used to run like many teams did, just the way many high school teams still do. And they'd use one end, Carpenter, split wide, who very seldom did anything. He became famous. Here's the carry by Morris down the sidelines. Look out, touchdown. Holy cow, 46 yards. I thought Keegan Lawrence, did Lawrence hand the ball off to him?
Yeah.
As I look under this window and lean down here with the knees bent to see, it looked like Keegan Lawrence had the ball, but he handed it back to Morris. And the Warriors going right, Morris going to the right side of the field to try to catch Lawrence. Morris coming back to the left, hits the sideline, takes it down the sidelines, 46 yards. Actually, it's 54. It was the 46 of...
it was 54 yards.
54, so it was the 46 of the Bowman. 54 yards on the run. Kick is good, 50. 51.
There we go.
51-8. Christian Morris. Have they been saying Christian over there? Do they? Because it's Christian.
Boy, it's actually the sound is actually pretty good. I haven't been able to hear his voice very much at all. So, which is nice. I mean,
Morris. We know that.
We know that part.
The last name is Morris.
Kitty.
51. They still haven't put the 1 point up. Are they going to give us the break? 51-8 is the score. Or was the kick no good? It was good, wasn't it? Was it no good? Maybe I didn't. I thought the kick was through. Well, let's take a break. We'll come back and tell you the exact score when we come back. It's either 50 or 50. Oh, it was no good. I thought it was right through. 50-8. They missed the extra point. We'll be back on KGAL.
Staying on top of your savings can be like staying on top of a mechanical bull or an extreme ski slope. But U.S. Bank makes saving easy with Start. Savings today and rewards tomorrow lets you save slow.
Yes.
Or fast. Save $1,000, earn a $50 U.S. Bank Rewards Visa card. Keep the balance for a year and get another $50.
Awesome.
Start today at any U.S. Bank or usbank.com/start. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank. Conditions apply. See the Start program agreement or a banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank N.A. member FDIC.
1580 KGAL.
Here's the kickoff. It'll be a short one taken by one of the up linemen, and for the Warriors, And that is...
that's Keontae Davis.
Oh, is that? Yeah, that's 40. I didn't... I should know that number, and I do. It just didn't look like him. It looked smaller than Keontae Davis. But Keontae Davis caught the ball at the 43, and basically that's where he will be brought down, right there. 40... it's not the 43, that's 38. The 38-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Warriors. The kick was no good, and I thought the kick went through. I may have just assumed because they've been perfect on their kicks and turned away, but the kick was no good on the extra point, so it's 50-8. I would swear I saw it go through the goalpost. Here's a handoff to Tim Farrell on the 1st down, and Tim picks up a couple of yards out past the 40. The 41 pick up a 3 on 1st down, 2nd and 7. The most merciful thing in this quarter will be the fact that just as in the first half, the clock should run very quickly because it will continue with both teams running the ball primarily, I would think. Here's a handoff to Taman Pravatsky. Makes a nice move, cuts to the outside, left side, picks up a couple of yards. After his feet are knocked out from under him, dives forward for a few more. The 44-yard line. So it'll be a 3rd and 4 for the Warriors.
Well, he's been running hard the last 3 to 4 weeks ever since DJ went out. He's been doing an excellent job for the Warriors.
Rob, would you say it's 3rd and 4, correct? If you hear the PA announcer and
yes,
been disagreeing with me all night, I think we've been right the whole evening. I don't know why they're always about a yard off. Here's a handoff to Luke Rapé on the counter play, the end around, and he will get the first down simply on his own determination and force. He would stop maybe a yard or two short, picked up just a couple, and then he just kept moving, and he is a force. Pushes forward for the 1st down into Bowman territory, 1st and 10 at the 49.
Well, this is that area of the field so far tonight where the Warriors have struggled to hold on to the ball. Hopefully the Warriors can hold on for a little bit longer and get a touchdown.
Backs in the eye. One receiver left and right. Back to throw is C.J. Hargis. He throws out here, and he throws complete to Riley Wessel at the 43-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 on the 1st down, and 2nd and 4 for the Warriors, hopefully on the move. They scored just seconds into the ball game. 2nd play from scrimmage. 74-yard pass, C.J. Hargis to Matthew Tracy. They got the 2-point conversion. We believe it was Wessel who took the ball in the far corner of the end zone, on the far end from us. It was 8-0 Warriors quickly. Boom, boom, shakalaka hit. That's Taman. He ran into those Cardinal color uniforms. Hate to say Cardinals with the Stanford game tomorrow, but that's what it looks like. Doesn't it look like the Cardinals?
You know, I think it looks like South Carolina. You've seen the Gamecocks for South Carolina?
I really couldn't tell you, no.
It looks like their colors a little bit as well. Stanford has a little bit more red, a little bit more lighter red into it.
Plus, there's no trees standing on the sidelines.
No. Lots of trees in Sherwood
for the Bowman. 3rd down and 5. Here's the pitch to Taman. Dangerous pitch. He gets it finally, handles it, and he'll lose yardage on the play, and he's gained by a host of Bowmen, or tackled by a host of Bowmen. That's it. Come on. Take that out of the tape.
It's cold. I think it lost a 3.
It was not clean on the pitch. He bobbled the ball, and that made him slow down. And by that time, the lineman for the Bowman had a beat on him, and about 5 of them brought him down for a loss. 4th down and 8. And the Warriors will punt here as Tim Farrell, a low snap, but fortunately it rolls right to Farrell, and he gets off a good kick that is going to roll out of bounds inside the 10. That was a bad snap, but it rolled directly to Tim Farrell just like it was a good snap. There was no time lost at all.
Well, they should hike the ball a little shorter every time because that's the best punt he's had all night. All the other ones have gotten to him cleanly. And I remember late in the first half there, one of his punts was partially blocked. But obviously that series there, offensively, not with the Warriors wanted, Ray, and that you could see the speed of the Bowman, how many guys flew to the ball. There were 4 or 5 guys almost every play there.
Bowman are as far back on the field as I can remember them at any position tonight. They're inside the 10. Because as I look here, I'm sure I have not seen this angle before. I've really got to lean down to look under the window.
I cannot go any further to my right, Ray. So any closer, I'll be in the other room.
Warriors jump, and they move a little closer to us now, up to the 14-yard line. 15. First down and 10. Belfer, hands off. Good hold. Across the 20-yard line. Gang tackled by the Warriors. But a good pickup on first down.
We may have some new JV players in for Sherwood, right?
I think so, because I didn't recognize that number. It looked like number 30. Well, they just said number 30. Jack Matney is his name. I do know that number. Jack Matney.
Kevin Larkin is in at quarterback, number 16.
So Larkin will be the quarterback, man in motion. He will hand off straight up the middle and good yardage. Again, gang tackled by the Warriors. And now finally pushed down. Luke Rapay finally gave them the final shove to the ground. Maybe out of a little bit of frustration. I'm surprised there was no flag. That's Jack Matney again,
too, Ray.
Because that was a little late.
That was. And they've been late on blowing the whistle dead on a lot of plays like that tonight on both sides.
Again, one lonesome receiver out to the right. He's not been used on a pass play tonight. When they pass to somebody on that line. And again, they'll go straight up the middle at a couple of yards again for Jack Matney. As he gains out past the 30, close to the first down. It'll be about a yard short with a third down coming up. Maybe a yard to go. Third down and a yard as they are on the move. 6:54 remaining third quarter. They lead it by 50-8. One more score, we would get the 44 5-point advantage, and we know whether there is a running clock in the playoffs.
There was a meeting right there by the officials, and I wonder if that was what they were discussing. It certainly wasn't for measurement. Oh, it was. It was. They didn't measure. They didn't need to. Third, less than a yard. That's what the discussion was.
Here comes the lonesome receiver. It didn't look like he even called a play. They changed that one receiver who is wide to the right. They've not shown anything his way all night. I've probably not all season. Jack Matney just runs into a wall. Strange-looking play. Larkin just managed to get the ball to Matney, and before he did, it's like he was handing off to the Warriors almost. It'll be a fourth down. The Warriors do force a punt on this possession as they lost yardage on the play. Then it would be a 4th and 4 coming up. So they will punt. Their kicker will stand back at the 18-yard line. It is a kick that bounces at the 45. Does not take much of a roll. Now he continues to, making a liar of me down to the 40. And that's where the Warriors will take it. It looked like it was going to be dead quickly, but then just kept rolling. From the 35.
That's what Sherwood's game plan, part of the game plan was to make you look like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't appreciate it after all the trouble we went to get here.
I bet it's right on the chalkboard.
I'm just hoping we can find our way back out of here at the start.
Me too. If you turn on some lights, everybody, please.
For a complete fitness experience with cardio machines and weight training, check out Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness. Open 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Look for Lebanon Racquetball and Fitness on Sherman Street. Warriors first down. Handoff. Tamer Pravatsky still in the game, and he will fight. And that's good to see. No quit. He is brought down, but picked up a couple of yards. And even though he was in the arms of 3 sizable tacklers for Sherwood, he continued to fight until finally placed on his football behind, not so gently, at the 39-yard line. Pick up a 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, essentially what you're looking at here is the Warrior varsity against the junior varsity, mostly of Sherwood right now. It's a lot of guys getting some playing time because of the score.
Handoff up the middle for the Warriors, Tim Farrell. And Tim picks up a couple of yards across the 40. See where they place it. It should be at the 42-yard line. If so, it'll be a 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3 for the Warriors.
I agree. 3rd and 3. Let's see what they put up on the scoreboard.
3rd and 3.
Oh, they agree with us. All right.
Okay.
Takes about 3 quarters.
4:43, 4:42 to go, third quarter. Clock moving quickly. Both teams running almost off sides for Sherwood, but they get back. Here is C.J. Hargis. Hand off to Taman. Taman bursts ahead, and if they give him forward progress, it'll be close. I thought that he had reached that very line where the first down would be at the 45. He has the ball at the 45, but they push it back. It'll be 4th and 1. What'll they do? Will they go for it? Why not at this point?
Sure.
4th and 1.
Come all this way.
A little less than 1 with that point of the ball being about midway, about a half a yard to go. Handoff up the middle. They didn't get it. So they will turn it back to the Bowman with 4:01 remaining in the third quarter. The Bowman will take over again. They did not get it. They were smacked right at the line of scrimmage and thrown back. The Bowman at the Warrior 43. It will be 1st and 10 for them. And I know I have a reminder here. Earn rewards, exclusive discounts, and preferred rates with a U.S. Bank package. Choose a silver, gold, or platinum checking and create a package with the features that are right for you. U.S. Bank, all of them serving you. See Banker for details. Deposit products offered by U.S. Bank, National Association, NA member, FDIC. U.S. Bank, longtime supporter of the OSA playoffs. Handoff going to the outside is Bellarche. Bellarche gets away from the tackler in the backfield, Luke Rapay. Boy, you always want to, if you get away from Luke, you want to do that because he's going to hit you hard.
And Taman Pravasi is going to get flagged for a late hit out of bounds against the Warriors.
Bellarche was able to elude the tackle by Luke Rapay in the backfield and get back to the line of scrimmage, knock the chain over on the far side, and there will be a personal foul, and that's going to pick up a first down. It would have been 2nd and 10. Instead, it will be a first down inside the 30 to 27. 1st and 10 for the Bowman, leading 50-8 with 3 minutes 55 seconds remaining in the game and the season for the Warriors. The Beavers tonight, home against Niagara. Oh, my. I can't tell you how my heart is broken not to be here. It's always fun to do these games. But Niagara, as I grew up, I watched Niagara basketball. A fake and then a run straight up the middle. I believe that's Larkin. Unless he handed the ball off, we'll see. I think it is Larkin on the keeper. He carried inside the 10. He faked the handoff and quickly turned up the middle. We haven't seen the keeper a lot of times tonight, but boy, that was effective. When he went up the middle, the hole, it was like the Red Sea had parted. Nobody there. He carries all the way down inside the 10. 9-yard line. Kevin Larkin, the junior, hands the ball up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Bowman.
Number 43, Taylor Shadbolt.
Tanner Shadbolt,
43.
Is that right? With the touchdown. An 8-yard run. Credit him with an 8-yard touchdown. It is 56-8. With the 48-point advantage, perhaps to become 49. We'll soon learn whether the running clock takes effect now. The running clock means that with a 45-point advantage in the second half, the clock does not stop except for kickoffs, timeouts. Does it stop change of possession? I think it does, doesn't it?
Only if there's an official timeout or a timeout by either team, or if the score comes back underneath.
But not for
change of possession.
The kick is good, 57-8. 3 minutes 28 seconds remaining in the third quarter tonight. The Bowman looking very much like they may wind up in that championship game this year. We'll take a timeout on KGAL.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, offering lunch and dinner, takeout, and catering too. Here's Bob.
Come down and visit us and try some of our hand-tossed pizzas, my friends. That's right, hand-tossed.
Mama's Fine Italian and Wine Shop, in the heart of Lebanon on Oak, between Main and 2nd.
Need some electrical work in your home or business, but it just seems like too small of a job to call the pros? No matter what the job, call City and Suburban Electric. Proud to be a contributing member of our community. City and Suburban Electric. Call 451-5609.
Your Mid-Valley home of the Lebanon Warriors. News Talk 1580, KGAL, Lebanon, Albany, Corvallis.
Well, it's not easy for the Warriors, actually, obviously, to absorb this kind of beating in the final game of the year, 57-8. But these kind of things happen when you get into the championship round, and that's what has to be noted, that they are into the championship round this evening, to their credit. The kick is taken by Keontae Davis. Again, second time tonight, he's been able to handle a kickoff. He took it right at the 30, and second time tonight, he just has to stand where he is because the Bowmen are downfield quickly. That's where he will take the ball, 30-yard line, 1st and 10.
And that time he used something that high schoolers and even pros and college players don't know, that you can use a fair catch signal on the kickoff. Right? You could most of the time you'll see that a fair catch signal on a punt, but you rarely see it on a kickoff. And Keontae took full advantage of that because that ball was way up in the air.
C.J. Hargis still the quarterback, and he will hand off over right tackle. The Warriors gain out to about the 35 on the first down is Tim Farrell. I would think in the fourth quarter we will see some different running backs. Seniors obviously would like to see as much time as they can tonight, but at some point it's got to go to next year's hopefuls.
The future Warriors.
It's the future. Hargis hands off to Taman Fravatsky, and he pushes his way through. No, that's not Taman. That's
Destry Klein, number 41. He's not
Destry Klein.
Destry Klein. Yes, he is actually on the roster. I remember looking at a roster about a month ago, and they hadn't put it on there yet. But
I don't remember. Is this the first time he's handled the ball?
He's handled it a few times, but sparingly, Ray. He's usually about a 5th or 6th type running back for the Warriors.
Hargis still the quarterback, and they say that there was encroachment that time. As the Bowman jumped, looked like maybe he got back in time, but got too deep across the line, and it'll cost them 5 yards. 1:40 remaining in the third quarter, and the answer is the clock has stopped here with the penalty. So it's not a running clock.
Well, you know, it's a running clock. There's the coaching staff for Sherwood is yelling up here at the booth.
Oh, do they? Did you hear that?
Scores booth.
Yeah, they made a mistake at stopping.
Yes, so it should be running.
The Warriors running. They pick up good yardage on this play, one of their best plays since early in the ballgame, when they seem to be dominating that line. They were picking up big yardage, although we didn't have the points to show for it. Tim Farrell burst through for a first down. Bowman territory, 46, 1st and 10. First down and 10. C.J. Hargis still the quarterback. This time a keeper. We haven't seen him do that too often tonight, but he does keep, and that Warrior line does push forward for him inside the 45 down to the 43-yard line, maybe the 42 and a half. So the Warriors trying to pick up another touchdown. They have not picked up a touchdown since that great pass play of Hargis to Tracy on the second play of the game. Plus they got the 2-point conversion. They have not scored since. Second down and 6. One receiver left and right. Will Hargis finally throw? He has not thrown a lot tonight. He hands off instead. And
fumble.
Let's see. It looks like the Bowmen have recovered this one again, and they did.
It was that counter play, though, Ray.
Was that Luke Rapay?
That was Luke Rapay. Yes,
in the clearance. Yeah.
And it got stripped.
They didn't make the, it's a tough play. It is a time play, a precision play, and the handoff was not as clean as it should have been. And Luke Rapay fumbled. Bowman recovered. Third quarter ends. The clock will be running. You're right, one of the coaches from Sherwood yelled out, hey, the clock's supposed to be running when they stopped it. The reason being their lead is now more than 45, and 57-8 after 3 quarters. We'll be back to finish up the game of the season on KGAL in just a moment.
Lassen RV in Albany has the new RV models on the lot now, ready for you to buy. Lassen RV Service Department has a new truckload of parts and accessories on sale just in time for fall fix-up. From changing a light bulb to rebuilding your entire RV. No job is too big or too small for Lassen RV in Albany, where friends send their friends.
The short drive to Corvallis will save you time and money. This is Steve Buckner from Wilson Motors, inviting you to experience the notable difference at Wilson Motors, 5th and Buchanan in Corvallis. Check us out at saveatwilson.com.
Good, tasty food. That's why Bing's Kitchen has been a lunch and dinner favorite for over 40 years. Choose Chinese or American meals that can satisfy the entire family or a gathering of up to 40 people on the South Santiam Highway in Lebanon. Choose Bing's Kitchen, where the food simply tastes best.
Edward Jones specializes in helping individual investors achieve their personal investment goals. Hello, this is Doug Phillips, your Lebanon Edward Jones financial advisor. Please call me to set up an appointment so I can assist you in selecting investments and services that help meet your goals. Call me at 541-451-4000. Member SIPC.
1580 KGAL.
Boy, it's happened many times now. We take that break. The next play is a huge play, and this one was a 58-yard burst by one of their backup runners. Brian Lee is his name, although he's been in many games this year, but that's because they've blown out so many teams. Brian Lee goes 58 yards. There was a good block right at the end of that run. It's somewhere around the 20-yard line. Was that a clean block? It almost looked like he was a block in the back, but you'd have to watch it again. I'm sure it was not. They would have caught it. But it was a good block that finally sprung him for about the final 25 yards. The kick is up, and it is good. And it's 64-8. I've mentioned games of 84 points, 73 points, 65 points, and tonight's 64. And in the words of Ricky Nelson, they don't mess around, boy. 64-8. 10:41 remaining, and the clock will keep running. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back on KGAL.
Need tires? Hi, this is Don from Conegat Tire Factory. From lawnmowers to tractors, cars, and trucks, we have what you need. And Conegat Tire's ASE certified mechanics can help you with your brakes, shocks, struts, alignment, oil changes, and stuff you won't believe. Even propane for your barbecue and RV. Conegat Tire Factory, still at the Y in Lebanon.
You'll always get your money's worth where the food is fresh and original at Ixtapa Family Mexican Restaurant in Lebanon. Roberto and his staff will provide a fun and affordable dining experience. So visit Ixtapa on the corner of Highway 20 and Wheeler Street, where parking is convenient and the atmosphere is sweet.
1580 KGAL.
I thought the running clock, that one of the few times it stopped was on a kickoff. Not for change of possession, but for a kickoff. But it didn't stop. It just kept running. So we're down to 9:46 to go as the Bowman kickoff with a 64-8 lead. Interesting to see how deep they can go in these championships. They will go far. The kickoff taken inside the 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. And let's see who brought this one back. It is Taman Pravatsky still back, number 32.
Boy, he is just a tough nut, I tell you, Ray. I've already alluded to the fact that he's a wrestler and comes from a strong wrestling family. His older brothers, Pants, Trace, have had a lot of success in wrestling, and so has Taman. Pants was a state champion 2 years ago. But they are just tough, Ray. They love to absorb contact, even when they don't need to.
You know, you mentioned you got to put the future in the game, but I think he wants to stay in. This is his last game. Credit the coaching staff, Jim Phillips, Josh Dyke, for keeping him in because he wants to play. So does Tim Farrell, who I think has the ball, as he's up to the 40-yard line and carrying a couple of tacklers with him. That looked like Tim in a Tim-style run, and it was. Clock runs, 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
He's up to 81 yards on the night on
2nd and 4.
14 carries.
40-yard line now, the line of scrimmage for the Warriors. Receivers left and right. Will they throw at this point in the game? No. The handoff, straight ahead, booming ahead to the inside. No, not quite inside Bowman territory. Still just a little bit short of midfield. That's Tim Farrell. Close right at midfield. I think they may place it right at the 50, and they'll place it just a little shy of the 50-yard line. For over 55 years, Les Schwab Tires has been committed to providing their customers the most for their price for their tire dollar. Price, value, and selection. Les Schwab Tires doing the right thing since 1952. Les Schwab, longtime supporter of high school athletics state. Right at midfield. The ball is at midfield. First down, and all-star flag drops here. Ooh, haven't seen that too much tonight. No, Warriors have not made those kind of mistakes, but they make it here, and that will push them back, indeed, into their territory, just shy of the 45. First down and 15. First and 15 for the Warriors.
The head officials just gave the signal to wind the clock, but no need to right now. It's a running clock situation.
That's right. The handoff. David Bravatsky breaks through. He may get a touchdown to end his senior season. No, he's caught. He's still on the outside. Still almost escapes the final tackle, but cannot evade about 3 tacklers who finally were able to get together because he had sidestepped so often. And with 3 of them, they finally bring him down at the 30. There was that moment of daylight. We thought maybe he could score a touchdown on to end his senior night. But he kept having to dance to his left. He was near the near side of the field near us. He's about 2/3 of the way across the field by the time the run was done. Nice bit of dancing and evasion brings them down to the 32, 1st and 10. And a handoff straight ahead. Kamen, a couple of yards this time, and met by a strong line from the Bowman. Will stop him just inside the 30. A reminder from the Booster Club, would you please consider becoming a member of the Lebanon High School Booster Club? They assist in every single aspect of high school life. And we're getting close to that second half of the year. It's amazingly close. That's when they need you for so many different things. Anytime you have to give. It doesn't have to be a lot. Please consider becoming a member of the Booster Club at the high school. Call the office or stop by for more information. And there's the ball start of the Warriors.
I see Delano Salinas is slapping his head, the senior center of the Warriors. Everybody moves on the count, but the ball didn't move. That's why he was slapping his head. I'm sorry, I forgot to hike the ball.
Is it offsides if everybody moves at the same time? Ball is snapped this time, and it's snapped, and it's on the ground. And now trying to dive for it is C.J. Hargis as the ball squirted out from a pile, but he could not come up with it. It looks like the Bowman have it again. 3rd fumble recovery of the night. The Warriors a couple of times in that first half, when the game was still within reach and there was still at least a modicum of hope, fumbled the ball or made mistakes when they had the ball in decent territory, seemed to be on the move. And again here, they still have only 8 points to show in the game. And that was in the first minute of play, as the fumble will go to the Bowman, 1st and 10 from their own 34. Tough. Well, the final layer of clothing has been put on tonight. Not too bad, although we have this window open here in the studio. There's no wind blowing through it. Here's a handoff straight ahead. Straight ahead, Hodby. Jordan Hodby is the young man's name. He's down the sideline, and he's inside the 30. He cut it to the right side. He's a backup, and he showed good speed. But this time, some of the deep men for the Warriors able to cross the field, get an angle on him, and knock him out of bounds. But another long run by one of the backups for the Bowman. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from the Warrior 27-yard line.
We normally don't get to do these kind of games, but you can see, Ray, the argument of, are they running up the score? I mean, look at these guys that are coming in that are backups. You think they really want to go down and not score? I mean, this is their varsity experience in a playoff atmosphere, and they get a chance to score. Of course, later down the road in the playoffs, they might not get a chance.
One of the reasons I think they're able to really build up as a championship-type team every year is you look at their box scores. These players, Hodney, Brian Lee, you'll see them in most games. Fumbled by the Bowman this time. Did the Warriors pick it up? It was in the backfield. I think the Bowman were able to fall on it, and they did. They retained control. But you'll see the names like Brian Lee and Hodney and a couple of others get some carries almost every week because they score so many points. That has to help them for next year.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes you might see Hodney with 140 yards. Do you think, is he the star? Is he the star of the team? Who is?
Because I had seen that number 15, at number 1, who scored the touchdown, Brian Lee, just a few moments ago on a nice run down the sideline. I've seen those names several times in their box scores. So they do get time on the field, which certainly helps them year to year to continue to put the type of team on the field as they've done now for several years. Championship team 2 years ago. Last year they lost. They were stunned by Mountain View. Nobody thought Mountain View could do that, and they did. Here's the handoff, a little trickery on this handoff. Let's see who has the ball this time. It's Jordan Hodney. Hodney is at the 23-yard line, a pickup of maybe 5. Clock is running, under 3 minutes to go in this ball game. R.J. Armstrong and Associates, masters of underground and excavation work for individuals or commercial business. Call them at 451-4286. Of course, it's a 541 area. 541-451-4286. R.J. Armstrong and Associates. They are long-time supporters of Lebanon High School sports.
Here
We
comes the
appreciate that.
receiver. This time is number 4, Colt Nixon, with the play call for the Sherwood Bowman.
And they have a new quarterback in the game. And he'll hand off to number 36.
And the Warriors will stop. Fourth down play.
Oh, that was fourth down. Again, they'll lose interest in concentration after it.
It's hard.
It was a fourth down play, so the Warriors will take over at their own 22. Tristan Flint was the quarterback on that play, and James Mustard was the one carrying the ball.
I beg your pardon. That was third down, Ray. I was down ahead of everybody. It's cold. I want to get out of here. I'm sorry, Sherwood, you can only have 3 downs.
So they'll keep it at the 23-yard line with a 4th and 6. The clock is running. What are they waiting for here?
Delay of game. It shouldn't stop. The clock should not stop.
No, it just keeps running. I mean, they could just keep delaying it. Well, the clock stopped. They stopped the clock now.
They told them that it needs to go.
Delay of game. They stopped the clock.
They, meaning the staff, the coaching staff.
I think there are certain points in the running clock that no one is sure of. And you'll see some strange things happen when it's running clock as to whether it stops or starts again, because it should be running now.
It should be.
Even though there's a delay of game, it doesn't matter. The clock should keep moving.
This guy, I don't know what his name is, but the scoreboard keeper's right to my right, next door in the next room. Here's the play, Ray.
Here's the handoff, and it's up the middle as they fake the handoff to the outside, and they just go straight ahead and pick up a couple of yards. Massive substitution here. Maybe some are going home already. That looks like the kickoff we saw earlier, doesn't it?
It does. It's got a lot of scrambling going on.
Players are crisscrossing. I wish you could see that on film. The onside kick that they employed in the first half, in which everybody was moving around. It looked a choreography of a Broadway show. It was beautiful to see. 11 players were moving, and they all knew where to go. And then finally, one player came up and kicked the ball, kicked it 10 yards. The other players already had a head of steam because they've been moving around, still behind the line of scrimmage. Came down, grabbed the ball in one hop, and it was Bowman ball, and they scored again. C.J. Hargis will pitch here. The first down for the Warriors, and Tamer Pravatsky. No, it's not Tamer.
Braden Childress,
number 3. Braden continues to fight for yardage. That may be at 22 seconds. The clock is running anyway. But he picks up the first down.
Playoff.
Nice run by Braden out to the 44-yard line. One of the future players of the Warriors next year. And they do have good running backs. C.J. Hargis has seen time. Most unfortunate, the injury to Brandon Marquez in his senior year, who is playing so well at quarterback, and that will be it. But on the positive side, C.J. Hargis gets a lot of snaps in the last couple of games, and he'll be the most likely the quarterback when the season starts next year. But it's going to run down here with 52 seconds. They'll not bother to snap. The ball is 49. Should we count down? Can we actually say the game is over? Now, this is a little bit unusual in that there's 42 seconds left on the clock, and they're just going home.
I thought it was actually over, but it's not officially.
The Warriors should run a play.
They should.
Just shock them. Go back and, after they've finished this.
Craig Haiti is holding the game ball right now for the Warriors.
Go back.
One more play.
25 seconds. As soon as they can get them out of the way and they've got room, and it looks like it'll happen before the clock completely runs down, run a play and score. No, they're not going to do it. That's it. 64-8. That's it for the game. That's it for the season. The Warriors, to their credit, though, it's really a tough night to say, well, look, they've had a good year, but again, they made it to the playoffs. After years and years of frustration and football futility, the last several years, they have really picked up. They have been one of the better teams in the Mid-Willamette Conference. They have made it into the playoffs. Last year, they wound up losing to Mountain View, which eventually became the champion. This year, they face Sherwood, certainly one of the favorites for the championship, and they fall 64-8. But no shame in that. Just getting to this point of the season has been an accomplishment for them. And there are a lot of younger people on that team who will return next season. But it is over, 64-8. We'll take a final timeout tonight, whatever we need to do. We'll just finish up. And then we will come back, and we'll try to find our way home. We'll hopefully be back by Monday. 64 to 8. They took it off the scoreboard already. 64-8, it's over. We'll be back on KGAL.
At Walmart, you'll find lower prices always. That's their pledge to you. And now with the Walmart Superstore, that means you'll find lower prices on just about anything that might possibly be on your shopping list. Walmart, bringing you what you want. Lower prices.
We're Linco Federal Credit Union. Keep your money in Linn County with Linco Federal Credit Union. Enjoy a visit with one of our friendly staff at a neighborhood branch near you today. Linco Federal Credit Union in Albany, Lebanon, and Sweet Home. In Linn, you're in.
Family owned and operated since 1979, Crabtree Auto stresses the small stuff when it comes to maintaining your vehicle. An oil change every 3,000 miles is a small thing now, but adds up to big rewards down the road. Crabtree Auto's ASE certified technician can help your vehicle maintain its reliability beyond 200,000 miles. Crabtree Auto on Hill Street, just south of 9th in Albany.
Has your stove lost its heat? Is your fridge or freezer no longer cold? Does your washer leave soap in your clothes? Or has your dryer stopped tumbling? Then who are you going to call? Like New Appliance at 259-1131, of course. Like New Appliance, where every appliance shines like new.
Lynn Lanes in Lebanon, home of the best burger in town.
Good family fun. Bowling.
Open every day and until 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday nights. Ballistic bowling starts at 10 on Saturday nights.
Stop by Lynn Lanes in Lebanon.
You will come out a winner at Power Honda. Their talented staff will show you how easy it is to get the vehicle you want and the payment you need. Check out mypowerhonda.com. Call 928-0122 or just go in to Power Honda, Highway 20 east of I-5 in Albany, your Honda Superstore.
1580 KGAL.
Well, it's a tough way to finish the season. 64-8, Sherwood with the victory. They really have become a football power. I mentioned 4 years ago being here with, this was a new stadium at that time. They mentioned to us they were very proud of their new stadium. We were here for a South Albany playoff game. The South was in the playoffs, the first game playing Sherwood. Sherwood was just on their way up, climbing the football ladder at that point, and they really let South have it that night as they just ran all over the place with this same type, as they call it, the wing tee. And that means everybody, including several of the fans, several of the players that are bored on the sidelines, they get together right in the center of the field, 10 of them, and then one person who does nothing all night goes off to either the far right or the far left to line up like you would see a wide receiver, but will never get the ball, knows darn well they're not going to get the ball. All they do is then each play, they run off the field, someone else comes in and takes his place. And a parent, not every time, but most of the time, would call out a play, just run by the quarterback, not even stop and talk to him, just run by him, call out a number, and then they would be on with their next play. That individual is important in carrying the play in every time. He's got to be smart enough to know to get the right number, but never did anything all night. That's got to be a tough position on the football team. Important, but yet have to drive you crazy.
Yeah, occasionally he may have to block. We did see him have to block on a play, and he did get thrown the ball. And I remember right after that play, he came out for a play because he must have been tired. He had to do a lot of work out there. You know, I mean, but basically, you're right. He's a statue. He's a statue out there, just occupying space, just occupying another player. Because if you don't, then they could pass to him.
Well, we saw that formation 4 years ago. They ran over South Albany that night. Looked powerful. It was 2 years later that they made it to the championship game, and they won it. Last year they thought they could repeat. They faced Mountain View, a team that had knocked out the Warriors in a game we covered from Mountain View on a very bitter cold night in which we were standing outside doing that game. Something like 18 degrees at game time with the chill factor, lower, of course, by the end of the game. Mountain View was dominant that night, surprised everyone by getting to the championship game. They beat Marist the next week. Most people thought it would be a Marist and Sherwood matchup. Maybe Marist is the winner, and then it was Sherwood and Mountain View, and most people thought Sherwood would win. Mountain View beat them. But they are intent this year on getting it back and getting their championship back, and they certainly looked a part of that tonight, 64-8. Mentioned their backups, even during the regular season, saw a lot of action. It's kind of like a football factory all of a sudden here.
Yeah, I mean, year after year, they turn out great athletes and a great system, great coaching, Ray. They always seem to be in the semifinal round. We've seen them in the championship round a couple times now. Winners once, losers last year to Mountain View. And yet, it's kind of baffling. With the scoreboard keeper and everybody right next to us, the announcer, Ray, you think they would be used to the lopsidedness and that they would know the rules about the 45-point rule, run the clock. But they did a fine job for the most part. They were behind on some of those third down and second down type stuff. We're always on top of that. It's the playoffs. It's our job. That's what you and I do. But
we do it well.
We do it with lots of vigor, and right now we want to vigorously get out of here. But it's a great program. That's what we're trying to say. And because the starters do their job so well in the first half, and for a few minutes in the second half, they get it to that point where those second stringers can come in and get valuable experience. And that's how those teams, West Albany has done that many times. That's what Lebanon wants to get to someday, soon, is get to the point where they get enough players out and get depth. And that's what Sherwood has built here, is this a strong program that has deep. I mean, their sideline was 40 yards, 50 yards worth of players. You look over the Lebanon sideline, there's maybe 30 or 35 players over there dressed down for tonight's game. So hats off and credit to the Bowmen. Wish them good luck against whoever their opponent will be. It will be either Springfield, which right now is, I believe, leading Roosevelt 29-14. So that's who their next opponent will be.
I think they will handle Springfield.
They should be able to handle, and they're looking like, Sherwood's looking like you said earlier in the game, looked like a championship caliber type team that tonight. You want me to go over the stats really, really quick?
It's just every year they just restock. They're not really starting from scratch. The players have had a lot of experience. They simply step in and take the place of the starters the next year and continue on.
Absolutely. The Warriors, they finish actually with 292 yards of total offense, 91 yards in the air, 201 yards on the ground. And the leader for the Warriors ended up being Tim Farrell, a senior for the Warriors, one of many seniors who are bidding their farewell to their high school careers tonight. 91 yards on 13 carries for the young Tim Farrell. 57 yards, very tough yards for Taman Pravatsky on 14 carries for the Warriors. Unfortunately, the Warriors, they had a touchdown, but they didn't have a rushing touchdown, and that's disappointing because usually the Warriors like to run the football, and to not see Taman or Tim in the end zone or even C.J. Hargis was a little disheartening, but it was a great energy boost by Matt Tracy earlier in the game. I bet you there was a collective gasp from the audience here at Sherwood when Tracy took it down the sidelines for the second play of the game, and all of a sudden they're behind, and something that they're not used to. So, again, 91 total yards for the receivers, and Hargis ends up completing 4 out of 8 on the evening, including that spectacular pass to Matt Tracy. And that's the total stats for this evening's game.
Well, we finished up the season, Research Mannequins, with this research and sale of mannequins from right there in Lebanon. They know their stuff. They've been a long-time sponsor, Research Mannequins Player of the Game. But mention credit to C.J. Hargis, who had to fill in for Brandon Marquez. Again, we would say how we feel for Brandon Marquez. A senior year in high school, you love your sport. You're denied a good part of the season because of an injury. Same for DJ Knuth, terrific running back. He was denied same part of the season. They were injured in the same game, three weeks ago. We missed those two, but congratulations to C.J. Hargis, who I thought performed very well in the backup role and showed improvement with each week. And maybe that will be, in the end, a blessing for the Warriors next season if he is indeed the starting quarterback. Damon Pravatsky mentioned, I think he wanted to stay in the game late in the game, a place where they were so far behind and say, well, gosh, maybe the bench would come in. It's his final night. He wants to play. And to his credit, he played hard right to the end, and so did Tim Farrell. You have to mention those two. They were very, very impressive as running backs this year. But I would mention the whole team. I didn't see anybody really quit tonight. I didn't see any dissension on the sideline. They came out. They were crisp on every play. surprising they only had 8 points. They seemed to be moving the ball most of the evening, particularly in the first half and then the latter part of the game when some subs were in for the Bowmen. But I would give it to the entire team for keeping their heads up, for making it to this quarterfinal round. Only 16 teams did, and that's why you don't hang your head in the locker room and say, it's not what you want. You hope to be the champion, but to be in the top 16 is another successful season, another step forward for the Warrior football program. Josh Dykes, Jim Phillips, congratulations to them. They continue to put an entertaining team on the field. Look forward to next season and something even better. Research mannequins, for you, give the award to every darn player that took the field this year for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I would give it to the seniors, and I'd also give it to C.J. Hargis, who, like you said, in the absence of Brandon Marquez, could be the future quarterback next year as a senior. We will have DJ Knuth back next year. He's just a junior. So I've already seen pictures on Facebook of him rehabbing his knee and getting that back into better shape for next season, because that's all. DJ does do track, but he make no mistake about it, football is his sport. That's what his passion is. And to the senior class for the Warriors, end up 5-6. It was a tale of two different teams. I think when Brandon and DJ were in there, you saw the Warriors have a little bit more success. It seemed like there was a little bit more leadership with those two guys. CJ and Taman did an excellent job filling in for him. It was just a short amount of time. I mean, I really believe CJ was getting better every week handling the offense. So
there's some nice passes.
Yes, and so I give it to the seniors, but I also give it to C.J. Hargis in terms of tonight with a great pass and to spark the Warriors to a lead. Believe it or not, a 64-8 defeat. The Warriors had a lead, albeit for 15 seconds. Thank you, Christian Morris. Thank you very much for taking that lead from us. But good luck to the Warriors and what they do the rest of the season.
I find it hard to believe that back at KGAL Coliseum tonight, the Beavers, they won. Not hard to believe that. They win 102-83. Hard to believe it was Niagara University out of the Buffalo area. Mentioned on our morning update, there were 3 teams I followed as a high school student: Niagara, Canisius, St. Bonaventure. They're called the Little Three in that area. And whenever they would play each other, it was like a Civil War game. Niagara was one of my favorites. The Purple Eagles. I loved that name as a youngster. The Purple Eagles came to KGAL Coliseum tonight. Perhaps the last chance I ever would have had to see Niagara basketball anymore in my lifetime. And I was so heartbroken.
And they don't look like the picture that was not
blue.
To my smartphone. They look like they were blue. They're not purple.
Just a little stripe along the collar there as they were wearing their kind of warm-up shirts. And it looked blue. But they are the Purple Eagles. I loved that team as a youngster. Used to love to go see them play. And I wanted so much to see the Niagara Purple Eagles when I learned they were here. But I would never turn down the chance to see the Warriors in a playoff game. Congratulations to them for making the playoffs. I'm very proud of them. There were times this season I didn't think it would happen. And they've made the Final 16. Good for you. All in all, entertaining season. Always nice to do the games again now at the new Heath Stadium. I hate to see the season end, but basketball will begin about December the 10th, I understand. We don't carry every game early on because there's some that they play in Saskatchewan or whatever, and they're not really important, so we don't travel.
Niagara.
You lose my minute. They go play the Purple Eagles. Good for the Purple Eagles for scoring 83 points tonight. That's not bad. Come out here from the Buffalo area and score 83 points. Not bad. Tomorrow, Beavers and Stanford. Good luck to the Beavers. We have the Duck game on the air. The Ducks and Cal at noon is one of those games the Ducks think they're going to trounce everyone. And probably, they are so good that I don't think they're in a situation where they're going to look past somebody. No. I think they'll get the win tomorrow. We have that game. We have a basketball game. Northern Arizona and the Ducks starts at 4 for the pregame. That's their first game of the year. That will carry us right into the football time, and then we'll simply go to the football. Duck football will follow that. Cal and the Ducks, 7:30 is the actual starting time. Seahawks on Sunday. Seahawks and Jets. My son's favorite team. He'll be up in Seattle to see the Jets, and it's going to be doozy. That's going to be like this. And that game will be on the air. Pregame at 12, game time 1:05. So that's the sports weekend, and then we'll see you for high school basketball as Lebanon sports continues. Our thanks to all the sponsors. Thank you, Rob,
Thank you, Ray. It's always been a pleasure.
Oh, I can imagine it is. I'd love to work with me, too.
Yeah. I will see you at the Bud Page Activity Center for some basketball games.
You
in the coming future.
Bet your sports boots. Are you doing the announcer, the PA?
I'll be doing oh yeah. Lava Bears. Maybe I should do your 11 and Warriors.
Well, every once in a while, I'll come upstairs and join us.
Yeah.
We'll miss that part. And
I'm sure I'll have some roster changes for you.
Carissa Adams was the person on the board most of the time. Carissa, I can tell you that we say on the air and off the air how nice it is to have you back there. Everything has really run smoothly. Sometimes very frustrating when things, somebody's not paying attention back there. We appreciate what you did. You really do a good job. We admire that. We thank all of you for listening. Join us for basketball in December. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. 2 weeks from today will be the day after. Final score. Well, the Warriors were leading after 40 seconds. The Warriors win the first 40 seconds 8-0. Unfortunately, when 48 minutes of football are done, final score is Sherwood 64, Warriors 8.
The Oregon School Activities Association thanks you for listening to this OSAA U.S. Bank Les Schwab Tires State Championship event. Les Schwab Tires celebrating more than 55 years of pride in performance. U.S. Bank proud to celebrate its 27th year of supporting OSAA state championships. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast of an OSAA state championship event.
Thanks for listening to Warriors Football on News Talk 1580 KGAL. Today's game featuring the Lebanon Warriors was brought to you locally by Economy Supply Building Center, Mama's Fine Italian, City and Suburban Electric, Lassen RV, Doug Phillips of Edward Jones, Our Honda, Ixtapa Mexican Restaurant, Linco Federal Credit Union, Burgerville, Crabtree Automotive, Walmart, Lynn Lanes, Willamette Community Bank, Les Schwab Tires of Lebanon, Bing's Kitchen, Like New Appliance, Lynn Benton Tractor, Wilson Motors, and by Canega Tire Factory. This broadcast is exclusive property of Eads Broadcasting, News Talk 1580 KGAL, and the Oregon School Activities Association in cooperation with the Oregon Association of Broadcasters. U.S. copyright law protects this broadcast. Duplication or rebroadcast of any portion of this program is strictly prohibited without prior written consent. We now join our regular programming.